What's going on, y'all? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. We have a watch party that we're going to do for Nature Boy and also known as Eligio Bishop and this cult of carbonation. As you guys know, if you may not know, if you're new to this, just some heads up facts. Nature Boy is in jail for the rest of his life plus 10 years. So he had a horrible, what seemed to be a polygamous sex type based cult. That I mean stemmed from Puerto Rico to Mexico, all the way to Atlanta to Decatur, DeKalb County in Atlanta, Georgia, where he was then finally charged with the abuse SA of a young lady, and for other charges that he caught, and he was sentenced to life in prison plus 10 years. So I just find it ironic that, he was a part of this conscious community along with Young Pharaoh and Polite and, you know, Umar. I mean, and they make it look so bad. They really do. So shout out to all of you all for tuning in. We have a watch party we're going to get to. And hopefully, this will give more insight to the concept and the idea of these, cults and cult-like mentality, the cult of personality, and how they perpetuate their nonsense and how people are actually treated. I don't know if you guys may or may not know about this fake apostle named David E. Taylor, who was indicted a couple months ago, and he claimed to be an apostle. So it wasn't just cults is not something that's just limited to just being, polygamist or, free thinkers or naturalists or any. It could stem into the religious sector. David E. Taylor had an entire mega church, and he basically kept people against their will to help raise money for him to fund his lifestyle. And he was indicted by the FBI. Federal grand jury indicted him. He is currently in jail, waiting to have, a trial set up for him for his indictment. David E. Taylor perpetuated his cult and his scheme for over 10 years. So that goes to show how dangerous these cults are. So when I say even with Candace Owens, yeah, she's got a cult. I'm not biting my tongue on that. And so we had a live stream earlier today. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It's the banter of it all with the candy asses. They hate to think that they are actually part of a cult, but they people who are in a cult don't know oftentimes they don't know they're in a cult. And then want to dare me to prove something. No. Tell her to prove her nonsense. I prove the things I say. She needs to prove the things she says. Nope. I'm not doing the hard work for her. Absolutely not. Candace, you can kick rock there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Look like Redemption Song became a new member. Candia was here. Oh, this is from yesterday. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna make sure to get through my comments, y'all. I'm sorry I had to push this back, and I haven't been too long. Got done with the Candace Owens live. That was a long live. Thank you all so much. Hey, Bananas Expression, how you doing? Happy Sunday to you all. We're gonna just listen. We're gonna chill out, have this be a watch party, and I'll give my commentary throughout. Shout out to Hood Horrors for the series that he's done, over 45 episodes on this Nature Boy and Carbonation Code, and he did a fantastic job. So go and show him some love and support. If I got a mod that can drop the YouTube channel link for Hood Horrors, please do so. That's who we'll be watching today. And he did a fantastic job. I think he kind of nailed all of the videos and stuff, the information that was out there. He gave background information. He did a fantastic job. So I forgot to show my Omni videos in the last live. Oh, that sucks. So we have episodes 19 and 20, we're going to be picking up with. And let me put the links to the videos in the chat. Now get some more comments in. I appreciate all of you all so much for tuning in. I really do. And want you all to just see that these coats are dangerous. They're dangerous stuff. So let's get this up. So this is Hood Horror's YouTube channel. Go show him some love and support. And we're going to start at episode 19. I want to get some more comments in before we do. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get set up here. All right. Ralph Morris, what's going on? How you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I know it's not going to be a long one because I have to work in the morning. Thank goodness it's the week of Thanksgiving. Kids are out of school. Less traffic. Still got to get up and go to work. What's going on? S-Files. Good to see you all up in here again. I appreciate you guys' support. Shout out to my moms. We had to hold it down in the last live. Boy, them candy asses are something else. They don't scare nobody, but they something else. Child boo. They go from chat to chat to chat, flooding out the same old nonsense. Child boo. Yes. But we had a good time though. We had a good time. I'm here for it. Boy, I love saying things to get on their nerve. Oh, God bless their heart and all their parts. And sister, shout out to you again. I appreciate all of you all in here. Everybody speak to everybody. Hey, Laura. How you doing? Were you in the last live? Child, ooh, something else, honey. Welcome in. You guys hit the like button on the way in. Thank you so much. Bananas Expression is up in here. He is ready. Everybody speak to everybody. Y'all ready? We can get to it. Drop those links. Thank you so much. This is the YouTube channel link for the video we're about to watch. What's going on, Poetry Princess? Hey, all. What's happening? I was almost a victim when I was a teenager. Thank to my brother how woke me up. Really? You are a victim of a cold? Wow. Hood horrors. Hood horrors. Which one? You mind me asking? Bots are crazy. I know, right? Got it. Poetry Princess. Thank you so much. As far as I appreciate it. You mind me asking, Bernard, which you say you almost became a victim of a cult? I always find that intriguing, to actually be able to chat with someone that I don't think I know anyone that's yes, up there, that whole thing. Yes, you did. I thank you for the super as well. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was like, I had to order groceries and stuff. I was late on that live. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Laura. Oh man, can you imagine all them bots in there? Good God. Most of the time I was just laughing at them saying, didn't I just read this 6 comments ago? Yeah, I did. So Bernard Expression said yes. Do you mind sharing the code you almost joined? Couldn't believe they were all in the vertical version in the Candy live stream. I know. Y'all, that vertical version is something else. StreamYard, someone must have gave them a fantastic tip to do a vertical broadcast because my vertical broadcast get more views than the horizontal, than the main one. I don't know why. Maybe because it's for friendly with cell phones. But that one gets, goodness, thousands. It's crazy. And those bots, boy, they something else. Gotta keep the kids' faith. Thank you so much, Laura. Girl. I'm just like, I look forward to Thanksgiving just so they can eat all they want and just, there'll at least be one day where they might just get one, like they'll eat 2 meals, maybe a bowl of cereal, and then they'll eat Thanksgiving and they just feed on that for 2 or 3 days. And we're good to go. So, yeah, they like to hit the vertical version. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they something else. Yeah, Bernard, let us know. I'm interested in knowing, and maybe someone else can be helped out of a cult, and that's the whole goal. These live streams, these watch parties with Nature Boy and Carbonation, are to help people be aware of cults and how people are actually being treated. Just like with David E. Taylor. This man walking around calling himself an apostle, but he's got people bound up and chained and all this other stuff. He's using women like sexual objects. He's, has a whole compound. He's using money that's supposed to be to help people for him being, calling himself an apostle and all of that. He's using it to buy cars and houses and clothes. He had a deposition a few years ago where they questioned him about the money he was spending on his clothes and stuff. I mean, the idiot literally sat in the deposition and told the attorneys that he has to wear certain types of belts and pants and stuff. It's like, no, you for $500. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Yeah, I went there and they were wild in there. Yeah, y'all imagine how I see that. I see both vertical and horizontal broadcast, so y'all can imagine I'm just standing there laughing half the time. Well, they get wrapped up. You can't you can't make that stuff up. God bless them. Now let's see here. They wanted me to leave my family. It was called the Church of Bible Unstanding. What? The Church of Bible Unstanding in the 1980s. Get out of here. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the video, and I'm gonna look that up while you guys are watching this. Man, that is something else. That's why I said it's just good for this type of content. This is what helps. It helps the real experience that what people have gone through. Thank God you were spared from it. But man, I've never heard of that. The Church of Bible Unstanding. Is that it? I want to make sure I'm looking it up right. Yeah, but they aren't bothering us of being nasty. They drive engagement up. Exactly, his spouse. Yeah, it was easy to see the vertical version on my tablet and my phone. Okay, cool. Yeah, somebody nailed it with the but I'm good. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm gonna look that up. We'll look it up and then I'll pull it up at the end to see what the Bible of the Church of Bible Unstanding. Yeah, we're gonna look that up and look it up at the end. Oh man. See, one more coat to be on the lookout about. Something else. They were being nasty to LLC sometimes. Yeah, they call me all kinds of names. It's child. One thing I've learned about being on YouTube, and I will say this: you either come in with a spine, or you end up growing one real fast. If not, it will overcome you. I came in, being tough. That's why I laugh at it. That's why I ended it the way I did it. Because it don't bother me. They don't bother me at all. But that's why I ended it on the note that I did. Put up the picture of Jermaine Stewart, boy, that did it. I watch this on my TV and connect my phone to chat so I can use my tablet to keep an eye on vertical chats if need be. Awesome. Thank you, S-Files. I appreciate that. Yes. Okay, we'll look that up at the end. Laura said, I was invited to something I thought was a church. It was like they worshiped this triangle. I was like, no thanks. No, that's right. Y'all, listen. Please, when people ask you to go places, hey, you want to come to the service with me? Google it. What's the name of this church? What y'all believe in? What y'all do? What time is service? I will look everything up. Next time we do Kansas one, I'll put vertical version on my tablet. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, because they all over the place in the vertical one. But I let them get it all out. That's what I told you. I said, let them get it out. They'll flush themselves out after a while. They realize I don't care what they say. Yeah, they get tired and they get tired of repeating each other. I don't like the spamming though. There's one dude just kept spamming the same thing, and YouTube picks that up like your video is a spam video. Like it'll flag it, and I don't. But they just various accounts coming in saying the same thing. It is what it is. I laugh at them. This was in Florida. I was young and dumb. No, listen. Sometimes people get caught up in that stuff and you have no idea. Like Bernard said, he was spared from this. I don't think they're around anymore. The Fed took care of that. See, man, now I really want to look them up. All right, y'all, let's get to it. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see it here, and I'm gonna Google that quote behind the scenes. Let's go.
Rise and fall of nature buoyant carbonation.
Where do you want us to take women?
How far is the airport? That's a good question. I'm looking at the question. That's like in the city, right? I would imagine the closest one would be Panama City because it's a big city. Well, check out to see which one's the closest one. Because it's like 3 of them. It was over officially after I got punched in the face. I knew that it would take a lot for her to get back where she needed to be, and I knew that eventually I know her behavior, I knew the pattern. So inevitably I knew it was over after that. As soon as she punched me in my face, bit me on my back, I was like, oh no, it's over. I think that we got rid of something that was holding us back in a lot of ways, and that's a good thing.
They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If there's any truth to that statement, then during her time spent in carbonation, Eliana definitely fit the bill. By this point, she had left too many times to keep track of, and every single time she left, she returned within hours. This time was no different. After being dropped off at the Panama City airport, she would call about an hour later to up and brought back to the house.
When I do that and I be like, I'm leaving, I pack my bag and I actually go out there, I start thinking about my circumstances. Like, what am I really asking for? What am I really going to experience? What am I really going to do with my life? And I start to think, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back to Babylon. I'm going to go back to my Babylon family. I'm going to have to get a job. I'm going to have to leave baby Eliana. I would really have to, like, dumb myself down to be in Babylon. And I didn't want to be there in the first place. The thing that I'm dealing with is within all the women that's in Babylon. That's why they can't be polygamous, because they, have this hang up.
So many women out there are like you, Eliana. And if you felt they ain't got no example of a transition.
He's always telling the other person how they feel. And you know what we do as people in carbonation? We sit there and we say, yeah, you right. You right, Master Chief. I fucking sat there and let him manipulate me into thinking that that's what I was thinking, what he told me I was thinking. But deep down inside, I wasn't really feeling like the way that he was telling me I was feeling, so I was clicking out because of it. Because I was conflicting inside.
There's a lot of women out there that you represent, grown, that's older than you. You just real with your shit, and the world needs to see it. They need to see your behavior. And they need to see now you bounce back from that. Because if you could do it and be that age, then there's no excuse for them.
Literally, when you take a step back and you look at all the relationships, even the current relationship, even if that man is like trying to make it seem like to you that he's a one-woman man, they all think about being with more than one woman. Literally. And deeper than that, it has nothing to do with sex. It's about surviving. It's about repopulation. It's about procreating. And not only procreating, but procreating divine knowledge itself. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do it for a purpose. It's not that he just wants to be with a whole bunch of women and sex. No, but like, he's actually doing it for a purpose. And why not be with a man who has a reason behind why he's doing that instead of doing it out of his lower self? Every woman is trying to find one man to be with and only be with them. And not let them like that. Exactly.
So what's so different?
It's just it's the same thing. That
so I can do this now?
Yeah.
Without no trigger? Yeah, we'll see how you wake up tomorrow.
It's just that.
You be waking up. I think you know what it is? I think it's sex. When you don't get sex, you get cranky.
No, it's not that. It's just that
I can do this now?
I have to communicate. You know what I'm saying?
You're not mad? Look.
I'm not mad.
You're not mad? You sure? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, God.
I did not.
Just prior to Nature Boy getting arrested in Nicaragua, Eliana, Ra, and Aya had all gotten Nature Boy's name tattooed on their butts, along with different fruits. The tattoos were supposed to signify unity as sister wives, but in reality, no matter how hard she faked it on camera, Eliana didn't like any of them.
I'm surprised I didn't steal off on one of them bitches, because Aya was very close to it. She was. But I needed to hit the person who I needed to. Babe, no, for real, I punched you hard. I did not punch you.
Word, you punched and you bit my back. Let me show you my back.
He ate that punch. You ate that punch.
You see the teeth marks, everything, yo.
You can see it?
A little bit.
I got bit by a shark, nigga.
Oh, there it goes.
I remember that moment. He was like,
The day after Eliana came back after being driven to the airport, the group decided to spend the day at the beach. What was supposed to be a day of fun turned out to be anything but.
So let me just interject here because I want you all to notice what she was saying about the purpose behind his polygamy. You know, he had been telling them, "Oh, I'm just wanting to spread my seed," you know, like the Bible says, but yet he wasn't a Christian. So just like I had posed a question in the Candace video, in the Candace live, you don't trust the feds. Why do you have leaks in the feds? Why do you trust anything the feds tell you if you don't trust them? If you don't believe in the Bible, you don't believe in Christianity, why are you using a Christian biblical reference as an excuse to try to be polygamous? You see what I'm saying? Like, he's sitting here using a biblical reference from Christianity to try to justify his reasoning for wanting to be polygamous, as opposed to him just saying, I just don't want to be with one woman. I want to be with multiple women. He's not procreating with all these women. They're not all walking around having his babies at the same time. Because leave it up to him. That's why he's trying to be polygamous. It's because he wants to actually impregnate all of them. But that wasn't what he was doing. Only the one that left came back, because this is a cult. So you got to understand, sometimes the escape is not readily as right away. They may leave, come back a couple times, which is what this young lady did. Eliana was like the main chick, I guess. She went, came back, left, came back 3 or 4 times. I mean, it was a common occurrence for them. But yet, when she comes back, it's like this reprogramming. It's almost like she has to be reprogrammed or retrained again. So this time when she comes back, it's, well, you know, why not be with a man that, you know, believes that he at least doing this with a purpose? No. If the purpose is to procreate and get everybody knocked up, then all of the girls would have been pregnant at the same time. They all would have had his baby. They didn't. He only had 4 kids that I counted out of this entire cult that went on for 10 good years. He only ended up with 4 kids. 2 of them he had before he started the cult. One girl got pregnant and he kicked her out over a waffle. And then he had this baby with Eliana. But all the other girls that he allegedly was procreating with, they never had his kid. So what was he doing it for? It was just his selfish pleasure. He just wanted to have relations with all these women, and that's it. He didn't care about procreating. He couldn't even afford half these kids. He didn't even like other people's kids. This cold stuff is something else, y'all. It's something else. Our friend said that people were talking to caps using bad words. The comments had to be deleted. Oh yeah, that's fine. And if they, you know, being derogatory and, you know, and absolutely disgusting or using slurs, yeah, feel free to delete those comments. I mean, you know, I don't want it in the chat, and YouTube will flag it either way. So feel free, you know, to remove those. Sometimes I slip and cuss, but you know, somebody was typing out Nigger. We're not doing that. You know, it's like they coming straight out of, you know, white supremacy handbook or something. We don't do that. No. So yes, I appreciate you. Yeah, make sure you guys delete that. It's anything that's just absolutely derogatory and racial slurs, and if it's just disgusting stuff, yeah, it's got to go. I look for Baptist in the title now. Yeah, there are tons of Baptist churches down here in Florida. You guys have the Church of Scientology down there too. It's crazy. I started doing some research on them But I think I'm gonna do a video analysis about them at some point when I can. It takes a lot of time because there's a lot of information. Plus, they're still going. Like it's still a cult. It's still a thing. Scientology, and they have celebrities and I mean all kinds of people in this. And then one of the nieces of the current leader, the niece has her own channel. I would love to get an interview with her. But she also has a channel where she does videos as well. So, I have watched some of her videos, and I would definitely need her videos or use some of her content for my video analysis because it has direct experience and because she's the niece of the guy that's currently the leader of Scientology. But Scientology is something else. Tommy G even did a video on Scientology. Another, it's cult. It's call it what it is. But that one, I just don't. I mean, that was scratches my head. I find myself scratching my head on Scientology. It's just like, what? Why does this exist? It's like, why does this exist? Yeah, man, it's something else. There's something up with one of them. I saw a documentary about First Baptist churches. I think not 100. I don't want to smear a church. Okay, cool. All this cult stuff is crazy. Yeah. Oh no, divine knowledge always bad sign. Yep. Those earrings are something else. I have been invited to a few black churches in the UK, and most of the time couldn't sit through a whole service, especially the bigger churches. There was always something odd going on. I mean, I have I don't know. I don't like mega churches personally because they have this prosperity preaching thing. And then of course, I find it fishy when you get someone that's more showboating. They're trying to entertain more than they're actually sitting down and talking about the Bible and going over scripture. I just find something odd about that. So, church I'm a member of, I've been a member of since 2002. And I have no intentions on leaving. My children were baptized there. But it's a great church. My pastor actually teaches the word of God. He breaks down the Bible. We take notes. I mean, it's that detail. But that's how it should be. Church, you should be learning something. Not walking away feeling like you've gotten an hour or 2 hour gospel fest in and you haven't learned anything about the Bible. So, yeah, he uses it to support his madness. Yeah, he's using biblical concepts and Christianity to say the Bible says be fruitful and multiply. What Bible you read it? Because you're not a Christian. You're not practicing Christianity at all. You don't even profess to serve the same God as in the Bible. And yet you're using a biblical reference from a Christian Bible to try to justify your polygamy. It's blasphemous. It's absolute blasphemy. It's crazy. It's hard to find a good church these days. I don't have one. It's always men with multiple wives, not women with multiple husbands. Exactly. What kind of nonsense is so if a woman started a cult where she had 6 husbands, what would she be called? I'm gonna let y'all answer that in the chat. If a woman started a cult, and she had 6 husbands, what you think they're gonna call her? But if a man does it, oh, he's just being a man. And he trying to be fruitful and multiply. Get out of here. Man, that's stuff you can't make up. We're sorry if your woman is a receiver, not a giver, so it won't work. But it's okay for these stupid men to spread their seed around. That's how it's always like that. It's always that perception of if a man does this, it's cool. A woman does it, she'll what? Come on, man. Yeah, the Mormons, the FDLS, most of them have at least 10 kids with 3 wives, usually 3 kids with each wife, but they are considered a cult. It's a religion. So it's a religious cult, yeah. It's huge in Clearwater, Florida. You'll see a ton of people protesting them outside. I do. It's wild. Scientology I heard it's very dangerous too. Man, they have their own police damn near. They have their own guards. People come up missing. The hierarchy breaks down when there is not clear leader. Exactly. He is still doing what he's been doing. He changed everything. Wow. That's yeah. Oh man. All right, let's get back to it, y'all. This stuff about cults, people just need to be informed because you can have a cult of Candace Owens and not know you're in it until you're in it. And then when someone tells you you're in a cult, then you get offended. I never ever want the Lady Luck Club to become a cult. I just no. Always read and challenge me and ask questions. We got to do that. Have your own thoughts and opinions and share. That's what I believe in. This cult stuff is something else. Oh God. It's the music, y'all. Ah, I don't know if this music is copyrighted. Jesus. Okay, so y'all see them out here at the beach having fun. I don't know what's going on or going right or wrong.
Your fro coming over your ears.
I don't know what's happening here. Why did what kind of song? I don't even know what they're saying. Oh, look at that baby. Boy. Hold on, y'all. Nope. So that's the only kid he had with her. He didn't have any other kids with any other of these girls. Yeah, it's still a song. Y'all see how you doing? You're just romancing these women. You didn't care about procreating and having babies with them. Ah. Y'all can tell she is not happy about that.
So here we are again. She walked the fuck off. She went down this road right here with the baby. We don't even know where the fuck she went. She got triggered again because of polygamy, and I wanted to be in a polygamous relationship, and she went walking the fuck off. Nobody responds like that here. Everybody mature. No matter what anybody age is, everybody mature, man. Like, you can't keep doing this next day type shit. Like, and you walking off in the middle of nowhere, like you literally in the middle of nowhere. She grabs it.
So, okay, so they went to the beach. She got mad. He's putting his hands all in the other girl's face and all this other nonsense. Y'all saw her sitting next to him trying to breastfeed. And then now, once the what sounds like a copyrighted song was done, because that's why I had it on mute. She walks off the baby again. She had just came back from being dropped off at the airport a couple of days ago. She doesn't like the polygamy, but he's trying to force her to accept it as, you know, him spreading the seed and getting everybody pregnant when he knows that's not what he's doing. All right, so and then now we're back at it. Yes, and I agree. Scientology definitely needs to be investigated.
Passports and just walks off into the middle of the woods with no phone, nothing, yo. Now, if something happened to her, it's gonna fall back on me. What we supposed to do? Put our hands on her and be like, no, don't leave, and then she punch me and bite me and shit. Like, what I'm supposed to do? She a grown ass woman. She walks off into the middle of the woods. That's what I was trying to stop her from doing when she hit me in my face.
Yep.
Cause she'll do this in the middle of the night. She'll walk off into the middle of nowhere. Right, that shit crazy, man. Like, this ain't even.
We having a great day.
Out of nowhere, like, we were smiling, having fun, and then out of nowhere, boom, this flip and just.
Right. We at the beach, everybody having a good time, and out of nowhere.
Eliana would finally reconnect with the group, but on the drive back to the house, she informed Nature Boy she wanted to leave again. Once back at the house, she packed her bag and asked to be dropped off at the nearest Western Union. The entire group was exhausted, and nobody tried to talk her out of leaving.
I just want to make sure the baby is safe, and that ain't nothing wrong. The baby is in a safe environment, like at all times. You make your decision. It is what it is. Hey, do you want to use the phone while you're here? We dropped her off. She going. We just didn't want her. She bouncing with the baby. We dropped her off, man. Look, man, I ain't got time for this shit, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I ain't got time for this shit, man. Every day, every other day. Listen, dropped her off. I gave her my number. She just threw it on the ground. All right. So look, I'm worried about my daughter and her well-being right now. This girl keep tripping about polygamy and stuff like that and the lifestyle that we live. I can't keep doing this shit every day, y'all. So you know what I'm saying? So I dropped her off at the Western Union. As you can see right here, this was my numbers. She tore my numbers off, so she can't have no contact. We recording all of this because I want to make sure I cover my ass. She dropped off. That's all right. Come on, Jake. We got a lot of stuff that's going on with carbonation that's way more important than this dumb shit you keep doing, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, I got too much shit going on. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got two beautiful wives here that's with me. We, at this point, have exhausted every other day she doing this shit, so it's like, I'm just going to go my separate way. I just want y'all to know that we dropped her off at a public location. She got her Babylon family numbers or whatever. And that's all I could do, bro. I can't make her get in the van. I can't make her do nothing. She a grown-ass woman. She got the paperwork to our daughter. I can't just snatch my daughter and stuff like that. I don't want no altercations. I'm going my separate way. I got wives coming in. I got new wives because that's why she really mad. Because I got like 3 more wives coming in. You know what I'm saying? And then she heard that the wives is coming in. They bringing money. They bringing everything to the circumstance. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my wives that's coming in bringing something to the table. Does that matter to you? You with me? You with me? Thank you. Y'all gonna see them. They official too, like older women. Like ain't no little young girls. I ain't dealing with no young girls no more. Older women.
Although Nature Boy probably didn't expect it, this time Eliana's departure from carbonation will be different. When Nature Boy dropped her off, she had absolutely no intentions of returning. She reached out to family members for money, and within 5 hours, her and the baby were on a plane headed back to the States.
I put up with a lot of shit. I put up with a lot. I personally feel like he's taking something good and using it for his own intentions. He's using something good for bad. And nobody can sit up there and say that it's all good if many people have came and left. If something was good, then so much bad wouldn't be coming out of it.
Having zero contact with her since he dropped her off, it wouldn't be until the next morning when Eliana posted a picture on her Instagram with her mother and the baby that Nature Boy learned she had really gone back to Babylon.
Looking at the picture and seeing her where she was at, and after all I taught her, and after all, you know what I mean, it taught me a valuable lesson to be very careful. You got to be careful where you plant your seed, where you plant your wisdom and knowledge, who you giving your knowledge to, because once they under pressure, you get to see what it was. And see, I had then seen the behavior, but I ignored it. Foolish me to think that I was making a proper investment in my emotions and my knowledge and my wisdom and my patience and understanding. Foolish me. I cannot be with an emotionally driven woman. If you in your emotions and once you get in your emotions or once you get triggered, you go to fuck off and flare the fuck off and you ain't got no respect and all the knowledge and everything.
So he talks about somebody bringing something to the table. It was just money. It was a way to get money. They were broke. He didn't have anything. He didn't have a job. It's funny how the women is supposed to bring something to the table, but he doesn't go out and get a job and go to work. He didn't own anything. They couldn't even afford a vehicle to own. He used other people's money to fund his lifestyle and to fund the cult. They went out on this elaborate vacation. How they pay for that? At the beach. They got to pay for gas to be put in that vehicle they're driving around in. He was looking for an opportunity, just like an Umar. And funny enough, ironic enough, not funny enough, but ironic enough, Nature Boy was in the same conscious community realm with Umar and Polite and Young Pharaoh. It was through these series that I even learned that Young Pharaoh was a person, like he existed. So the same ideology of let me have a cult that's more polygamous than anything, just for my selfish needs. He's sitting here now trying to say, yeah, you got to be careful who you put your seed in. But I thought that was the only reason why you were polygamous, was to actually have a bunch of kids and repopulate the earth. But that's not what he's trying to do now. Now all of a sudden is you got to be careful who you put your seed in. He came to the cult. Y'all, he started this cult. This man started this cult with 2 kids already. He had 2 boys by 2 different women. He had a son when he was like 18, 19 years old. And then a few years later, he met another girl and had a little boy with her. And he almost beat her to death, literally. And that was the same little boy that when they were out in, I think, Costa Rica, something like that, in the earlier episodes, She saw her son being I don't know why she let him take the child out there, but saw how he was being mistreated on the lives and stuff like that. How he was making a little boy almost do manual labor, making him do so much walking and stuff. I mean, he's 3, 4 years old, making him do like runs and routines and exercises and stuff that didn't make sense to a 4-year-old. No parent would ever make a 4-year-old do half the stuff he made this little boy do. And she went and got her kid back. She should have never let him go. But she had 2 or 3 other kids too. Like he was just out here making babies. And then when he started the cult, he got the first girl he got pregnant. He kicked her out the house over a waffle because he chose to get arrested. And then this baby he had with Eliana. And he sits here talking about all of a sudden, you got to be careful who you put your seed in. 4 kids later. 4 babies later, he's just not figuring that out. Can't make this up. He is a fool. Exactly. Exactly, Bernard. Healing is within yourself. Absolutely. He is a complete fool. He's an idiot. He's just not figuring out. Oh, I gotta be careful who I knock up and pregnant. No, duh. But now his whole reasoning for being polygamous, it goes against what he said to Eliana. I'm only doing this because I want to spread my seed and my wisdom and have all these kids and da da da. Now you got to be careful who you have kids with. I'm concerned about my daughter, but not the other 3 kids that he already had at this point. Not the actual mother that the lady that he got pregnant in the beginning of this cult that he kicked out of the house because she was eating a waffle. She was pregnant and he was locked up and he's trying to make demands about him getting out. And he got mad when she told him, I can't do anything right now until I eat. I'm about to eat a waffle. I'll call you back. There was nothing she could do. They were in jail. And they weren't being released at that time. He kicked her out of the cult at the house. Didn't care where she went. And she was pregnant with his baby. I'm still wondering what happened with that one. So he didn't care about being nobody's father. He barely talked about his 2 sons. He barely talked about how he was helping to raise his other 2 kids. Nope. But now he cares about this little girl only because he didn't want the mother to leave the cult. That is the control they try to have. It's disgusting. Just let her go and leave her alone.
Everything that we stand on goes out the window in a moment. I can't with you. I can't because it's not a good investment. So now I did this to myself. I take full responsibility for that picture I seen, and I see it, and I've learned from my lesson not to give my energy and my seed and everything that I am to someone that would take it, all that I've given, a woman that would take it, replicate it, and then go give it as a battery to a system that goes against her very well-being.
Nature Boy would continue to push carbonation forward, minus Eliana and the baby.
We're trying to get land. We're trying to establish ourselves so that we can open ourselves to people to come visit us and open ourselves to retreats and people come and learn our ways.
They're looking for land in a place where they have no money now to get the land. But I'm sure, I blocked them on, all the members that I knew of. So I think that they should be doing some donation, requests. They probably are right now, would be my guess, but I don't know because I can't see them anymore. So
a huge break would come for him when he was contacted by a supporter who was coming across an inheritance. She offered to help him in any way she could. Luckily for him, he found a property that was a rent to own. He needed $4,000 to move in. He asked his supporter for the $4,000, and she said she was expecting her money in a week. And when she got it, she would send it to him. As far as Nature Boy was concerned, this $4,000 blessing was supposed to happen. It was the universe providing him cosmic currency.
The universe is so much more spontaneous than you ever could imagine. And every day is a day of magic.
Eliana had been gone for about a week now, and Nature Boy still hadn't talked to her. Every day since she'd been gone, he went live talking about her.
I'm not hurt by Eliana. I'm not. I'm hurt by the system and how it's set up. See, what's perpetuate. I can't be hurt at what's in the dark and what's happening in the dark. I got to be hurt at who turned the lights out and made it capable of doing that. See, you can only do what you have the option to do. I'm not hurt at Eliana. Eliana just weak. I'm not hurt at her. I'm talking about I'm hurt at the system that she got the option to run to. I was responsible for dealing with Eliana like that. I should have been dealing with her at all. And so at the end of the day, I seen the signs and I kept dealing with it. And I
this nonsense he's saying, I'm hurt at the system where she's got the option to run to. You know, because in cults, they don't want you to leave. It's all about control. So he would rather her be in this cult, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to force her to accept polygamy. Because at the end of the day, she didn't like it. But he would rather have her there, miserable, forcing her to accept the concept she didn't want to, as opposed to her having an option to leave. Because that's what this comes down to. This is the epitome of these cults. You want to leave, and they're sitting here calling you weak, and you're the enemy. You're not strong enough to do this anyway. Oh, okay, well, I'll be whatever. I'm still gonna be gone. Bye. All of this guilt shaming, the blaming, the pointing fingers, all this stuff. All because she left and she didn't come back. She didn't call him. She didn't contact him. Nothing. He's still broke, unemployed. And let me just, just in case anybody's wondering, who he was actually married to, none of them. He was not legally married to any of these women. Not at all. He never got married, went through the legal process to marry any of these women. These are just girls that he just hooked up with. None of them were his actual legal wives in any country that they lived in at all. Not even a little bit. I don't think he ever got legally married. Even when he came to the States and landed in Atlanta, Georgia, he never got legally married. So these are not his wives. These are just women he's using for sexual objects. That's it.
Set my family back. Yeah, you could say I was in my lowest self dealing with her. You feel what I'm saying?
In a move that was an obvious ploy to get Eliana back, Nature Boy would go live, letting everyone know he was now single.
He said it.
We're trying again. I know you think that we passing people around. That's okay. Rise with Solar, and they got their own journeys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with me, and you probably looking at my life like, oh shit, y'all ain't stable, y'all dysfunctional. I did that because I felt like I was doing polygamy wrong. I decided to start fresh, start new, and what I looked at, I evaluated myself, my actions, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I'm starting over. We had a big meeting, I let Aya and Ra go. As you know, Eliana left with my daughter, and then I just decided to start over with my building of polygamy. I feel like I did it wrong. The truth about the matter is I have commitment issues. I'm scared to get my heart broke. Because every time when I was younger, when I was dealing with a woman, I opened my heart completely, and I was like just completely, open and vulnerable, and I was hurt a couple of times, and it turned me into someone that used, being with a lot of women as a way to protect myself from being hurt. So I realized I've been abusing polygamy. Now I'm just opening up to the universe to send me in a monogamous relationship. And I say this because I'm still polygamous by nature, but I don't think that you can be polygamous truly without being committed and open and vulnerable into a monogamous relationship first. The key to true successful polygamy is monogamy.
When the day came to get the $4,000 for the deposit on the land, the money never came.
Okay, so no one ever hurt him. He beat a girl almost to death. He literally said he tried to take her life. And it took her over a year to recover physically. I mean, this is the second baby mother he had. He beat her almost to death. No one hurt him. He's just a punk ass that couldn't manage getting a job and doing what he was supposed to do to help take care of the kids. He's always the crime victim. They're always the victim. They don't care about anyone else they affect. Same thing with Candace Owens. You say something about her, oh, you're hating on her. You just will want to be her. She's rich. She has more stuff than you. None of that means anything. She's still insecure. She's a big liar. She doesn't know how to do journalism. She's bad at this. She presents no facts, no evidence, nothing. She literally has nothing to offer anyone. She just runs her mouth. I'll at least Google and pull up an article. She won't even do that. It's no different than this guy, except she's not polygamous. She's married, and the husband refuses to tell her to shut up and make him a sandwich. It's all about control. And he does this to manipulate people's emotions. Oh, I was so hurt. You know, I was hurt. But he doesn't say exactly what happened. He doesn't reiterate the fact that he beat his second baby's mother, his son's mother, to a bloody pulp and literally admitted trying to take her life. He should have been in jail a long time ago.
Nature Boy went live telling his supporters what was going on and asked them to donate money towards the purchase of the land if they could.
Hit the light. Hit the light. Get out of the light. I don't really want that artificial light on, but yo, what's up with you? Hold on. Hey, you might as well turn light up, John. Dark anyway. So listen, right? I'm gonna give you a picture of what's going on from my perspective. So I get locked up, boom. I stay in there 3 weeks on some hell shit. You know what I'm saying? It threw us off. It threw us for a monkey wrench. So we spent up the savings that we had and everything, and it threw me for a monkey wrench. On top of that, you seen what happened with Eliana punching me and shit. Like, shit was coming left and right. So, you know, I meet up with the family. We back together. But Eliana's out the door. Boom, she leaves. Take my daughter. It's like my daughter died or something. It's what it feel like because she got snatched from me. The most beautiful thing that we thought we had, because the white girl was helping us get land, and she was trying to make it seem like we was monkeys and shit. So it was a beautiful opportunity that had popped up. One of the people that follow us was like, "Yo, don't even worry about it. I'm getting, you know, a certain amount of money from some inheritance, and I'm gonna come to Carbonation and look out." I'm like, "Stop playing." And the lady was really nice, and she had been following me for a while. So I'm like, "All right, cool." We found the land, 5 acres. It's only $2,000 a month for us to stay on the land. It's $4,000 to move in. This lady that said she was going to help us lied. Like, damn, was this a troll the whole time? I don't even know. It's been a test, been a hard test. You know what I mean? Seeing and I seen my daughter. I seen Nana with my daughter, in Babylon with her moms. It was one blow after another. Thought I had like 2 wives coming with resources. It's just been weird, man. Like, they act weird. They backed out on some shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on, bro. But I just know I'm being tested right now. You feel what I'm saying? And it's hitting me from every angle. We're supposed to have been moved on the land. I looked at it as a blessing from the universe because we don't work. We don't work for money. We don't believe in being a part of that system like that. We just let the universe provide.
Yeah, of course not.
For us.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear that? He don't believe in working for money. So how do you expect to get things? You know, the Bible says the man that doesn't work doesn't eat. He should be starving. He's just said he does not believe in working for money. So you want people to just take care of you when you still live in a system, no matter where you are, where it takes money to get things. It takes money to buy that land. It takes money to rent on the land. It takes money to put gas in that vehicle or to buy food. It takes money. And he doesn't believe in working for money. So he wants people to just give him money. You can't make this up.
Got the land, but we ain't got the 4K to move in. That's what we at as a family right now. You dig? So if you want to help out, do your thing. You know what to do.
Hey, Manny.
If there's one thing Nature Boy had besides his critics, it was his supporters. Nature Boy's call for help was heard loud and clear, and donations began to pour in. Unfortunately, by the time he reached $4,000, the rent-to-own property was already taken. During the process of them looking for a different property, Eliana will go live from a tattoo parlor, getting her tattoo covered.
She's covering up her tattoo. How you feel? I know, but you have redeemed yourself. The end of a chapter. That's okay, we all fuck up. It's all right. You gotta get you'll never get a nigga's name on you again. That nigga gonna be crying on live tonight. The baby sleeping. Somebody said they crying. Crying for what? Because Velvet's gonna become an activist.
I was already an activist.
Yeah, well,
Already an activist. I really was.
but this time on a different level. You gonna see the tap when it's done. Your mom said don't look at it as pain, but a new beginning. All right, y'all, we'll be back when it's over. All right, y'all, it's over. We'll post before and after picture. All right.
I'm so proud of you. You was a big girl.
Hey, mama.
Thank you, though.
I love my life. I love my family.
Oh my God, she be smiling all the time.
She's so happy. Say bye. Say bye. She said bye. Yay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, y'all.
Peace. Thank you for coming in.
I know.
Carbonation is nothing more than a motherfucking word that revolves around Eligio. Period. Everybody bows down to him. Everybody walks up with their hands behind their back saying, Master Chief. What do you offer these people? Okay, you offer them a little bit of knowledge. Okay, and what do you have to show for that? Skeletons? Their motherfucking cheekbones and rib cages? I was 95 pounds when I left Carbonation. 95. Ain't no way in the motherfucking world, if I was supposed to be happy, there is no fucking way that I would have been 95 pounds after giving birth. And God bless all of those souls that's over there who's being tormented and they don't even know it. Because all of you look sickly, unhealthy, you don't look happy, you're not expressing yourself, and you sit up there and push your self-expression so much to the side that all you can do is express him. You don't really walk around there being who you really want to be. The only person who I really halfway see being who they're going to be is Ephraim, and that shit is going to be faded away very quickly. Mark my words. And all of the niggas in Carbonation, you might as well go ahead and lay down and fuck Nature Boy while you can, while you're over there, because you acting more like his wife than the women over there. If you really want to be real, you might as well have a gay relationship with him if that's the case. Because all y'all some bitches over there. All y'all.
Yeah, he was actual bisexual. Nature Boy was bisexual. He admitted that. Yeah. Something else.
Because none of y'all stand up for yourself. Y'all all some fake, weak ass. Yeah, I said it. Y'all let that man treat y'all like shit. And the women, oh, don't get me started. For you to allow yourself to be passed around the way that you're being passed around, with his name on your ass, you ought to be ashamed of yourself as a woman. I will never raise my child around the shit that's in Carbonation. Enough for her to grow up and think that it's okay to be passed around. You think I want my motherfucking child to see them women be a passed around from you to her to them to them to them to them motherfucker? No.
What are you talking about? This shit don't even make no sense. This shit make me want to cry, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? Nah, why you gotta talk about me like that, baby? What the fuck? Come on, man. Why you doing this? How you gonna move like that after all we've been through? And you gonna go online and talk about me? I mean, it's all good though, because I gotta stay strong and keep moving, but I'm gonna express the emotions. I'm gonna cry. You feel what I'm saying? I feel it. I'm not gonna act like I don't feel it, like covered up my tat, like you being destructive, baby. Yo, we just went through some stressful shit when I got locked up, yo. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody eats. We eat all day, every day. You seen the pounds of food we bring in every week, man. We spend literally like $300 to $500 on food every week, my nigga. She know how we eat, man. We eat. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody around here eat, man. We eat once a day though. But the pregnant woman eat all day, every day. You feel what I'm saying? And we eat at solar noon. That's what we believe in. We believe when the sun is the most highest, that we are the sun. We piece of the sun. We eat at our heaviest meal at solar noon, and the rest of.
Okay, so he eats once a day, but we eat all day, every day. Wait, what? And now you're saying you eat on a solar noon? No, let them eat when they want to eat. He literally just proved her point. No wonder they walking around 95 pounds. You only eat once a day at solar noon. What is that? Whatever that means. Is that the same thing as high noon when the sun is at its highest peak or something? It still means nothing about burning calories. Your body actually does not properly function when you're only eating one meal a day. Are you kidding? Let's not forget someone died in this cult, Mama D, because he told her to stop taking her meds. Does it sound familiar, Umar? Does it sound familiar, Umar? Umar Johnson. Nature Boy 2 also told somebody to stop taking their meds and they died in a tent. They died. You can't make this stuff up.
The day we eat fruit and nuts and that's how we live. That's how we always live. That's my knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? I don't got nothing bad to say about her. Only thing is that it's just hurt that she doing this, acting like she never knew me after we was together for 3 years. Shit is cold-hearted, nigga. Like, if anybody ever went through this shit, I ain't never went through no shit like this when a motherfucker was as close as me and her was every day of the week for 3 years. We didn't have a 9 to 5 where we was like, all right, well, I'll see you later, babe. No, we spent every single day together. She's young. She never has certain experiences in life. You know, it's a lot of things she needs to experience because she's young and she's using that, but it's another part of her that feels just like I feel that she will not tap into. And I just never seen nobody cut off like that. I did never see nobody like just not just act like, you know, because you know when you with somebody, they feel the way you feel. Y'all watched how deeply connected me and this woman was online. Like, you could clearly see the connection me and her had was deep. It was very intense. So for it to just be like, boom, one day, I don't know this nigga. They are.
What is he heard about? I don't understand what his gripe is. He's a cult leader that wanted to be polygamous. She did not want to be in a polygamous relationship. The end. Now, granted, she was one of the women that lasted more a lot longer than the others, but she wasn't the only one. I don't know if she was passed around or anything, but she doesn't have to deal with that stuff. This is how cult leaders act when you try to leave. They want to paint you like the villain. You're the enemy. It's almost like, well, you dealt with this. Why can't you continue to deal with it? You were in the cult. Why are you trying to lead the cult? Because people have the right to change their mind. People have the right to say, I don't want this. This is not what I want. Now you got a daughter. That changed a whole lot. Now you have a child here that, especially a little girl, you reap what you sow. And sometimes it don't always come back on you. And she's thinking like, listen, I've done a lot of crazy things, but I don't want this to follow my daughter. I don't want my daughter to turn out like this. And mind you, he still has 2 sons from 2 other women that he had before he even started the cult. You don't even see him crying and whining over his 2 boys. You don't see him taking care of his boys, his sons, crying over his sons, not being able to see his sons. You don't hear him talk about how he takes care of them. If he wasn't working, he wasn't paying child support either. So he left it to the mothers that had to fend for themselves to raise his boys. That's a coward. He's exactly where he belongs, in jail.
Come on, man. Y'all really believe that shit? That shit is crazy. You feel what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. I don't know how to be phony.
You got me all the way fucked up in bed if you think I'm gonna ever get back with your stupid ass.
Yeah, thank you,
to
Bernard.
all the women out there who might get over there, you're gonna experience exactly what I experienced, just in a different form. Because let me tell you something, a leopard never changes its spots. It only changes how it's gonna move different to catch its next prey. Just because I left doesn't mean that it's gonna stop.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna be his next victim.
As Eliana was adjusting back into her hometown of New Orleans and warning women about joining carbonation, a young single mother from her same hometown was preparing to head to Panama. Her name was Tanisha Dulé, and she had been following carbonation for about 4 months.
Peace to the gods. First, I want to give acknowledgement to Mother Chief. I'm thankful for you. Thank you. Next, I want to say, if we want to change our life, we want to change our situation, we have to change our mindsets. We have to change the way we're looking at our situation. We have to change the way we're seeing our situation. We're not going to get anywhere looking at life the same way. We're not going
to. Exactly. As follows. He had 2 sons by 2 different women before he started the cult. He's not working. He doesn't have a job. He's not making money. So no way to financially support him. And then he had another girl that got pregnant in the beginning of the cult that he kicked out. So that's 3 kids right there. And he never even talks about that situation. He never talked about that young lady. After she got kicked out, you barely hear him speak about her, whether she had a boy or girl. Yeah, he brought him in all on the same time on December 21st. Okay, so that's the solar noon on December 21st. Am I picking that up correct? Thank you for the information, by the way, Bernard Sebastian. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Megan says in Hawaii, he had them living in squalor and tents and all kinds of nonsense. He did. A lady died in a tent because he told her to stop taking her heart medication. They were pooping outside and then trying to use that to help them, like, because they didn't understand how fertilization works. So they were using the poop to put back into the dirt to grow food. You can't make this stuff up. It's so crazy. And this girl you all see here, yeah, this ends up being one of the ones that ends up staying in it like forever. Like I think she left just recently left out the cult. He still has 2 or 3 women that call themselves his wives now to this very day. Like this cult has not died down. They're 2 young, I think 2 or 3 guys that still consider themselves to be OGs of the cult, and 2 or 3 girls that consider themselves to be his wives that are living out in nature in tents or somewhere. You can't make this stuff up. Thank you. You're welcome. I appreciate it. That's information that we all need to know. Because I'm like, what is he talking about this? Yeah, these cults are something else. All right, let's get back to it. Hit the like button for me, you all. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button for me. It's going to go into episode 20. And then that'll be the second episode we check out for the watch party. Let's go.
Progress into our high selves if we keep looking at our low selves the way that we are. We're not going to get anywhere.
Yes, he's in jail.
Learn about attachments. Learn about other people and other people's opinions. We're not going to get anywhere learning about those things. The only person we need to learn about is ourselves and how we can better ourselves and how we can get ourselves into our higher place and our higher positions. That's the only thing we need to learn. Okay? Peace to the gods. I love myself.
But first it was Yaya, Nana, then her. Louisiana girls, man. Like universe. That's why I told you, I think a lot of Louisiana girls be like really like indigenous queens and shit. So you gotta have some deep rooted shit to be attracted to me. You gotta be like indigenous type, deep rooted Indian type shit. Something in your blood is indigenous.
Previously on the rise and fall of Nature Boy and Carbonation.
The only person we need to learn about is ourselves and how we can better ourselves and how we can get ourselves into our higher.
So this is episode 20, you all. So we're almost a little over halfway there.
Police and our higher positions. That's the only thing we need to learn. Okay? Peace to the gods. I love myself.
But first it was Yaya, Nana, then her. Louisiana girls, man. Like universe. That's why I told you, I think a lot of Louisiana girls be like really like indigenous queens and shit. So you gotta have some deep rooted shit to be attracted to me. You gotta be like indigenous type, deep rooted Indian type shit. Something in your blood is indigenous.
Can you say hey? Can you say hey? Say hey, everybody. Say hey. Hey. Hey, y'all. Today is a beautiful day for me, you know. What you want me to do? We should go play. You want to go play? Ellie got her toys back here. Thank you again for everybody who is supporting me through everything, sending me all the positive messages, and you know, yeah, thank you, thank all of y'all. I really do appreciate it because it could be tough. It could be tough, you know, understanding. You see what I'm saying? But we pulling through. We got this.
At this point, Eliana had been back in Babylon for about 3 weeks. She hadn't yet seen or spoken to her father since she'd been back. Whether it was due to shame or for some other unknown reason we may never know, her pops would go live addressing the issue and letting her know how proud he was of her for leaving Carbonation.
To my baby girl, I'm proud of you. I want you to know that I love you. And you don't have to be ashamed of nothing. You don't have to be ashamed of nothing. You don't have to be scared of nothing. You don't have to worry about what people gonna say, because that's part of your journey. Your journey is to gather the information that you have to gather in order to one day help people. You know, when you're ready again, I love you. I'm here. Don't worry about none of that. All that shit happening is in the past. I'm good. We wanna start here and move forward. So that being said, a lot of people think, or I don't know if y'all thought that just because she was back home, we was done with carbonation and stuff like that. Our job not finished yet, y'all. We still have a lot of work to do. You see, for every one person that we get to come home or come away from that, y'all notice he trying to solicit 4 and 5 more people at the same time to go over that.
Here. Peace to all the guys. First, I would like to give acknowledgement to Immortal Chief. I'm thankful for you. Next, I would like to say, as melanated beings, we need to get back to our natural state of living. That means eating organically. We have to eat healthy food. Stay away from those fast food restaurants. They're not helping us at all. They're actually altering our DNA. We need to take off our shoes, go outside in nature, walk in the grass, get that sunlight. Sleep on the floor. Seriously, sleep on the floor. Last night I did that and I felt so much better. When you sleep in a bed and you wake up the next morning, you're so clogged up and stuffed up and like, no one wants to feel like that.
The universe has brought me through so much, bro. You don't even understand. Y'all watched it. You watched it live. We ain't have shit. And I was talking to y'all and telling you, like, look, man, we ain't got nothing. And then, boom, just out of nowhere, the universe provided.
I'm so glad you said that. Get a clue. Yes, many of them came there with STDs, thought he was going to heal them, and then he turns around and especially with the women, he would match them up with one dude 1 week, and then put them with another dude another week, and then if they got mad enough, you know, they could dictate who they really wanted to go to. So it was like ultimately everybody sleeping with everybody. He never did. He ever take an HIV/AIDS test? I'm sure he had to get one done before he went to jail. But did he ever produce proof of a test? Because the rumor mill was that, you know, he was showing signs of having HIV. There were people who had, you know, they had caught chlamydia, gonorrhea, they had herpes. I mean, all kinds of stuff. You can't make this stuff up. He would make the women beat each other up. Yep, he was nasty. I need fluffy pillows in a mattress. Okay, redemption. Shout out to you all. That girl absolutely lied, talking about I slept on the floor. It feels so good. Yeah, because she's all sticks and bones. Let me tell you something. I do not sleep on a floor. I refuse to do it. My bed is just fine. My pillows are just great. If I get a newer bed, it's going to be a lot more firm and have an extra mattress just to top it all off. But no, you will not catch me on a floor. Get a hypoallergenic mattress cover pad. Get you some, you know, soft sheets that's hypoallergenic and sleep your behind in a bed. It will do you wonders. You got beds that are so sophisticated that just like being in a hospital, you can raise them up halfway down. I mean, mattress made out of like gel foam. Can't even tell you land on something. Like, she's sitting here talking about sleep on a floor. Abigail is a little old, but still. Hey, girl, no, bye, Felicia. We're not sleeping on the floor. Oh, and oh man, y'all listen. As we go through, you'll see where he takes this whole aspect of being bisexual. He embraces it, but then he takes it to a whole new level. And you'll see in later episodes, it's going to get wild. Okay, so let's get back to it, y'all. This is something else. I just the girl sitting here saying that nonsense, talking about y'all need to sleep on the floor and go outside, take your shoes off, and walk outside. No, ma'am, no. Why would you want to do that when they pooping outside either way? So we supposed to take our shoes off and walk outside, but wherever they living, where they poop outside, and they believe in pooping on the ground and not using a toilet. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, no thanks, nope, not walking your poop.
Not long after Eliana got her tattoo covered up, Nature Boy and the group would rent a 4-bedroom Airbnb in the mountains of San Carlos, Panama. The morning after moving in, Nature Boy will go live showing a new spot to his followers.
He had a bed. Y'all see that bed in there? I saw a bed. What a little dummy girl talking about? I just saw a bed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not a bed?
After moving in, Nature Boy will go live showing a new spot to his followers.
Look at that. That's a bed, right? That's not the floor covered up. That's a whole bed. We see a bed. I see a bed. What that little dummy girl talking about again? The cult you're talking about, girl. The cult leader sleeps in a bed. What do you mean?
How y'all feeling? Okay. Oh, okay. I see it. Y'all got your little music shit right here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to finances right now. Okay. Go to finances. I'm set your joint up right there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's all. Okay, y'all fixing up the studio today. It's going to be a studio.
Okay, look. A queen size bed at that. Man, said toilet paper is the best. Yep, that's a bed.
Get your tents up today.
Them on the floor though.
We don't sleep on beds, man. We just have sex on them. Got a little man over there. Look at him. Breastfeed. Take y'all around the grounds, man. Take y'all around.
Yeah, he lied like hell. He slept in a bed. Nature Boy slept in bed. He didn't sleep on the floor. He made them sleep outside in tents, on the ground and all of that. But he slept in a house in a bed. Anytime they had a house to rent, how they afford this again? Y'all think they can afford something like that when none of them were working? So guess what they started doing? Pulling money from their viewers, from the people that were watching their live streams. This whole cult was nothing but a fake reality show. And the donors helped him get this house. He didn't have a job. The people he said were supposed to come with some inheritance, they didn't do it. The other lady that wanted to help them, she tried, and she couldn't deal with their, the toxicity. He called her the white woman. He didn't even give her, refer her to her by her name. And she was like, I blocked all of them. And he out here talking about I don't sleep on beds. But yeah, you sleeping on a bed in your room. You can't make this up.
Show you how we doing it now. You know? Deep in the mountain, man. It's a beautiful thing, you know?
PPP low.
Got another house up here too on the property. There's two houses. All this land is ours. This gonna be our studio. So we dipped off in this mountain deep, y'all. Definitely not no Airbnb, baby. Definitely not that. You won't be hitting up us on that no more. If I was in the Airbnb, I wouldn't show you. So, that shit got you breathing hard coming up. We just getting back up. Showing you the comeback, man. Our struggles ain't for nothing. And in the end, this was what was around the corner for nothing, man. This shit would inherited all of this. You dig? Come on, man. This was hers. If she just stayed through the struggle, but it got too hard. I told you it got too hard, my nigga. My see, like, it'd be easier for me to go to Babylon. In Babylon, what they do? They cheer her on. Yeah, girl. But y'all was the same motherfucker taking her when she was sticking up for me. You know, all of a sudden you come back to Babylon, they like, yeah. Some demonic shit. She's talking about, I'm 95 pounds. Yeah, nigga. That's part of the struggle. That's the sacrifice. But she's strong, yo. She got me in her. So when I got locked up, Nana had to run this shit. She had to fill my responsibilities. It looked like she was doing a good job, but it was tearing her up. And then the polygamy thing, so she leaves. And when she leaves...
He did have people taking out PPP loans. Yes, during COVID. Yay, because they were in, by that point, they were in DeKalb County in Atlanta. So y'all can imagine why he went to jail for many years. I mean, he should have went to jail for that, too. That's fraud. But then they started leaving the cult so fast as soon as he got arrested. It was just, oh man, they did all kinds of fraudulent stuff. Yes, Life of a cult. He's sitting here bragging about this being something permanent, like he bought the house. But he's not reminding them that this is a rental. He's renting this place. So he has to pay rent every month. His supporters were paying for this, not him. He didn't get a job, remember? That's how pathetic he is. Oh, you could have had all of this. No, because you don't even own it. You're renting it.
Something surprising
He's
happened.
not bragging, right?
The devil was like, yeah, come on. She vulnerable. She felt like she failed her whole 3 years and everything she invested all her life into. She failed. And y'all like, come on, baby. Y'all need him. This what you do. Let me tell you something, dogs. Nothing is lost and all is transformed. The universe took Mexico from me and gave me this. You dig? So if the universe took Nana away from me, what you think coming to me?
Within hours of showing his new spot, and despite being as discreet as possible, his online critics somehow found the property location and began threatening to call the embassy. Many of them still believed he had a warrant in the U.S. and was on the run.
I showed my place on purpose. The universe has allowed them to find me. Do not move in fear. Do you think I'm scared of you weak, lower self bastards that have no heart? You have no authority. I'm your authority. You want to send authority to me that has no authority over me? I'm not going to ever move in fear.
A few weeks prior to moving to the new house, the group would be shocked when Efru learned she was about 2 months pregnant by Caliber. Although Efru wanted to experience motherhood, the fact that she was pregnant by Caliber wasn't sitting well with her. To her, the relationship with Caliber felt forced, and she really wanted to be back with Nature Boy.
Like, I thought it was cool to be pregnant and be a mother, but then I was like, I ended up telling Caliber that I wish I wasn't pregnant. And that was very hurtful to even me because I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? It's a baby, but I didn't want it.
With Efru now being pregnant, that made 2 women in carbonation that were now expecting. Sunny was now 4 months pregnant by Pice, but Nature Boy would soon be accused of trying to make her lose the baby. Just days after moving into the new house, the group took a trip to a local waterfall. When Nature Boy urged her to jump off a small cliff into the water, he faced an enormous amount of backlash from his online critics.
It wasn't no cliff, like she had to jump off a cliff like they trying to make it seem like it was. First of all, it wasn't no motherfucking cliff. So let's just cut that up in the bud. Let's cut that out in the bud right there. Like let's just kill that noise right there. Because man, people trying to say like, oh, I put her in danger and we made her jump off a cliff. Everybody was doing it. Her not jumping, she always jump with us. We always jump. We always be on some shit. We always be in the jungle. We find water holes and we jump. And now her being pregnant, they trying to make it seem like, oh, I try to make her jump and be pregnant. No, it's just that when she got to the point where she didn't jump, we was all looking like, yo, what's wrong with you? Or what we saying is that you have to be able to face your fears. Nobody asked her to jump off no high cliff or to put her baby in danger. You're about to see what we were doing. This is what we were doing right here. This is all we were doing. That's it. You know what I'm saying? This is all we was doing right here. Everybody doing it. All the way. And they go Efru. Efru 2 months pregnant. You see what I'm saying? Efru, she 2 months pregnant. She about to get on the rope. It's not jumping off the cliff. It was on the rope. You know what I'm saying? And when she didn't like grab the rope and do what everybody else was doing, we knew that something was going on with her. And it had nothing to do with her being pregnant. And nothing to do with that. We was just saying that the water showed us that was other things she was fearing.
Okay, if you say anything disrespectful, you will be blocked. Show them that finger. Blocking finger. How do I turn it around? Okay, guys. When I went to the water, and I was just like, no, I don't want to jump. And it was just like, why don't you want to jump? And it's because of my thoughts. Like, it was all an illusion. The water was not that deep. The water was not, it wasn't even that high to jump off of it. And it was all in my mind. And it was crazy because I'm looking back at it and I'm like, damn, why couldn't I do it? What really was the problem? What was going on? All I had to do was
she lost the baby too. Every pregnancy is different. Some people just can't do all that stuff when they're pregnant. The issue is he doesn't care. He's trying to make an excuse for it. Oh, y'all just want to have some. No, you don't have a pregnant woman jump. I don't care if it's 2 months or 4 months, 6 months. Or 3 weeks. I don't care how far along she is. You don't have somebody do something like that, and she lost the baby. His excuse was dumb, and he sounded like a 12-year-old. I didn't take the cookie out the cookie jar. Y'all try to blame me for taking the cookie. We're talking about a pregnant woman here doing some physical activity that she didn't have to do, period. Even if it was due to her pregnancy. That's how stupid he is. He wanted her to lose that baby. Exactly. I'm so glad you said he wanted her to lose the baby because she wasn't pregnant by him. He was the cult leader. He wanted everybody to be pregnant by him. Remember, he wanted to spread his seed around. And if it's like he was just talking about being, anonymous, like being with one person, then turns around and has this concept of people being pregnant by him like this, like he's still polygamous. Like he said a whole bunch of nonsense that make no sense. It's a shame. He had her jump in the water, wanted her to feel bad about it. What they're doing is peer pressure. Why don't you jump? Why you can't jump? You can't overcome your fear. I'm pregnant. I'm not jumping. The end. Kick rocks. This is cult-like mentality. Cult-like behavior. You don't do what they say. They feel like they're losing control. And then they force you into this nonsense. They don't care about what it costs you. It's all a matter of just obedience to him. He didn't care about her losing the baby. It wasn't by him. But yet he's sitting here crying over Eliana. Talking about, I don't know what she's taking, my child. He had 3 other kids that he did not even talk about. He was not financially providing for because he didn't have a damn job to do it. He didn't earn any money. And whatever money he may have sent for those kids, it was because he got from donations. Just like Umar. We'll see how this look familiar. The only difference is that he's in jail for the rest of his life. Nature Boy. And Umar's halfway there. You can't make this stuff up. What's going on, Caleb? Wait, he wants to spread his seed, but is it fine endangering a pregnant woman? If I presume he's the father. Oh, he wasn't the father. That's why he didn't care about her jumping. Because she had gotten pregnant by somebody else. And she said she didn't even want to be pregnant by the guy because she wanted to be with Nature Boy. But why would you peer pressure her to jump or do anything? It's so crazy. They were all with each other. Men on men, women on women, women on men. They were just all with each other. Yep, get a clue. Everybody in there was pansexual. Yep. Nature Boy was bisexual when he started the cult. He didn't have any issue sleeping with men. He didn't want to say it up front. But when he started, I guess, living his truth, then he went bazonk with it. He went bananas with it. It's so crazy. Y'all will see as this goes on. Oh man.
Jump. All I had to do was take that leap of faith in the unknown. I was so afraid. I was just like, it wasn't that deep, and it's like 16 people here. All of them was waiting to jump in the water if I was afraid, and I feel like, I was gonna transition or die, drown, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They was all right there supporting me. Like, yo, Sonny, if you jump in and something happened to you, we're right here, literally right next to you. Why are you so afraid of? And it was deeper than that. I was scared of, you know what I'm saying, the unknown. And since I've been pregnant, I've been through a lot of traumas with losing things. You know what I mean? And it showed in my pregnancy.
As Sonny was on live explaining what happened at the waterfall, Nature Boy wrote in her comments for her to shut the live down. Sonny abruptly ended it.
The only reason why the universe let me get locked up in Nicaragua is because the simple fact is this: I had to be exonerated. The universe wanted to show you that I wasn't no pedophile. The same bitches that falsely accused me of pedophilia are now falsely accusing me of harming a pregnant woman. Y'all not about to play with me, okay? No, y'all not about to play no games with me. I'm gonna address this Sonny shit once and for all, cause y'all about to have me up, and I ain't playing with y'all, cause I see what you devils is doing. So earlier she was on the live, and her hair wasn't looking good, so I told her like, no, get off the camera, cause now you looking crazy. You got me looking crazy, and now you on the camera looking like a help me type of I'm in trouble type victim, and they're gonna use that shit against me type shit. You know what I mean? No. You will not fuck me up because your shit. And I'm about to be like, yo, sure, you need to go. Because you gonna create your weakness, and all my demons can use my weaknesses against me. Oh, now he's making pregnant women jump over cliffs, and they're in danger, and she's in danger. He won't let her go, and he'll send the police to my crib, and all this kind of crazy other shit, man. As soon as they see him, like, okay, cool, we got her, we got Sonny. We could say he did this to a pregnant woman, and then we could call the embassy, and then we could call the police. They're gonna use that against me. I'm the one that ended up in prison because of your ass.
Just as it had happened in every other country they've been in, calls began flooding the U.S. Embassy and local police.
We chose to show y'all our life and show y'all that, yo, we really do have some shit going on with us. And it's fucked up that y'all keep saying certain shit, talking about y'all gonna call the embassy. For what? What are we doing? What are we doing to y'all but giving y'all self-love and knowledge of self?
As the drama in Panama was just beginning, back in New Orleans, Tanisha was bringing herself closer to the prospect of actually heading there. She had already begun the process of isolating herself and emotionally detaching from friends and family, including her 1-year-old son.
I've known Tanisha since I was 16 in high school, and we dated since I was 16 till 21. She's either manipulated because she's never had the right guidance. You know, she never had, her parents wasn't really in her life.
I think Nature Boy thrived off the fact that he could reel in women who didn't see their own self-worth. Because for a mind like his, those type of men with those...
I just got to say this. I found it peculiar for him to say he's not under any law. No one regulates him, or no one controls him, or no one has control over him or anything like that. But yet, he's scared of people making calls to the embassy. He's scared of people making calls to the police. Why even go on video if you feel like no one has dominion over you, no one has jurisdiction over you, no one has control over you? Just like a soft sit or one of those Moors, I don't know, Moors people, where they believe that, you know, U.S. laws don't apply except when they want to quote the U.S. Constitution. It's like, why are you afraid someone calling the embassy then? He's a punk. Nature Boy is a punk. You don't sit here and say, I don't fear anything. I don't move in fear. And then in the next video, see, I'm 2 steps from kicking her out because I don't need the demons coming after me and they using her to come after me. It's not her fault that you're sitting here telling someone to jump into water from a rope, cliff, I don't care, that's pregnant. And you don't like the backlash of this. And you can't handle it. And you want to sit here and talk about, oh, y'all calling the embassy on me, y'all calling the police on me? Yeah. I'm with you right there. I don't think he's doing too bad in jail. Oh, Caleb, there's so much going on with this guy. We got a whole series. You're not too far behind. We're on episode 20. We're on show 20. We got, I think, 27 more to go? Something like that. Maybe a little bit more. But yeah, this is one of the most interesting series for a cult I've ever seen, where you still have people still claiming to be a part of this dumb cult that he is now, the cult leader, is now sitting in prison over for the rest of his life plus 10 years. Nature Boy had that coming. You can't make this up. Yeah, I don't think he's suffering too bad in prison either. You can see the softening in him. Yeah, exactly. He cried like a punk. But yet no one has dominion over him. No one controls him. No one dictates him. He doesn't move in fear. Why y'all sitting here calling the embassy, man? Why y'all doing that? I'm about to kick her out because did nobody make her do anything? Yeah, okay. Come on. Keep crying. They got kicked out of Costa Rica. Yep, they did. They sure did. Oh, Panama. Yeah. They got kicked out of everywhere. And the last place he was known to have lived was in Decatur, Georgia. He went to prison from there. So it's safe to say he got kicked out of DeKalb County too. You can't make this up. He cried about somebody calling the embassy. Young Pharaoh was abusive too. This bum too. Yeah, exactly. All of them, it's like they claim to be a part of this community where they're abusive to women. They only see them as objects. They go to jail. They don't want to work. You know, they have this charisma online, and that's pretty much what sustains them. He's living off of people who donated money to him. Up until this point, I don't think he fully had maximized his ability to make money from being on social media. But once he saw that they were willing to give him $4,000 or $5,000 to help him get in this rental, then he really started, pulling the funds out of, pulling the funds out of his donors, his viewers, his so-called supporters. It's so crazy. I have a $25 live stream goal. I don't always meet it. But this cult leader can get $4,000 to rent an Airbnb. That's just to put down on it. That wasn't including how much it costs a month. That was just to put down and move in it. He could raise $4,000 as a cult leader. That goes to show like the influence that these cult leaders have. He's not even willing to work. I have a job, and sometimes life gets tough. Sometimes life just happens. I can't have an emergency come up in my life because it'll financially hit me hard. I have to budget. I have to use coupons, for shopping on like grocery shopping and stuff. He has no job by this point, 4 kids with 4 different women, and is asking for money, $4,000 to put down on an Airbnb. You can't make this stuff up. Oh my goodness. Hey, frankly, my dear, what's going on? Where you been? She looked traumatized. She is. This is Ellie, by the way. This is an interview she did later on with what's the guy name? He does a lot of interviews, especially with like hip hop culture and stuff like that. All right, it'll come to me. I just hit a blank. Oh man, I just want to know what these men and women's childhoods were like. Like this, the whole thing is a psychological study. Exactly. They had a lot of issues. The one that was just talking, they start, the ex-boyfriend is talking about how she grew up without her parents and stuff. And it seems like she was just insecure the whole time. And she was one of the main wives that you'll see come up in this episode moving forward until the very end. And even after he went to jail, she didn't leave the cult right away. It took her a while to leave. But, the 2 women that lasted aren't the women that they weren't there long. They hadn't been too long joined the cult. And they still call themselves his wives. And they're not legally like, God, you can't make this up. They're going to struggle from what they seen. Exactly. There was another guy on YouTube who got reported for abusing his girlfriend on live. His girlfriend was in the military. I forgot their name. Let me know. This is something else. This is the stuff that people need to be on the lookout for with these cults. It's so dangerous.
Personality characteristics, they target women who have come from broken families.
Tanisha had recently quit her job as a cashier at Walmart, and now her days mainly consisted of reposting everything carbonation.
You only there where you're at because of fear. You gotta get rid of that fear. False evidence appearing real. We're not ruled by fear. We jump into the unknown. You see where I'm at right now? I did not get here because of fear. I got here because of I have no fear. What will be, will be.
Just sitting here thinking, like, what is fear? False evidence appearing real. Why am I fearing? This is just a projection. This is just electrical signals that are coming from my brain and perceiving out into the world. And the electrical signals that I'm receiving from my brain is just my astrological programming.
You know what you need to do. You got to go through your transition. You have to have and make a sacrifice. You think you're going to move forward and not give nothing up? You think you're going to take everything with you, huh? Nothing is lost. All is transformed. You have to exchange the energy. You have to let the old energy go so that you can have the renewal of the new energy. It's the same shit, just a different form. It will be given back to you. But you have to let it go. You know what's stopping you. Your fear. This journey is, you cannot have fear. You have to walk on water.
Dear, peace to gods. I want to say on this journey, it's going to get tough. It's not going to get easy. So as you go along, you keep progressing. You keep getting better. You keep evolving. You keep getting stronger because it's not going to be easy.
This is your moment. The message from the universe through me to you is to have no fear.
In mid-September 2019, Tanisha finally made the decision to leave New Orleans and head to the jungles of Panama to embark on her spiritual journey.
We had already broken up by the time she had left. I had no clue that she was leaving. I found out through her Instagram.
No, he talking about don't have any fear. You got to give something up to get something. But yet nobody got anything but an STD. And they lost a lot more than he did. Let's all not forget now, he didn't have a job. He really had to give up anything. And then he started getting more as time went on because he realized he could just take advantage of his audience and could make a living on doing social media content. This is so crazy. But yet he is mad when people call the embassy and call the police. But he telling people not to live in fear. You can't make this stuff up. I teach and encourage my girls to be assertive. Don't take no S off nobody. Okay? Exactly. He fears the embassy though. I thank you. But not you, right? We get typos in the chat. You know, it's all good. They're exactly going through what they've been through. It's like the abuser who the abused who becomes the abuser, or the bullied person becomes the bully. It's just a repeat cycle where they don't resolve any real issues here. And this moron is talking about you got to give up energy in order for it to be transformed, for you to be renewed with new energy. Once again, a biblical concept, a Christian concept, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that he's using here. An analogy that has been stated in what he claimed to be Babylon, he's using for his stupid cult. As opposed to him coming up with his own concepts or something historical from another country or something like that. No. Still going on what he claimed to be Babylonian concepts, but he's using these concepts to further his nonsense in this cult. Energy is not created nor transformed. It cannot be destroyed. It's transformed, but it cannot be destroyed. Man, that's a scientific principle that came from Babylon, according to him. And he's sitting here using it to get people to join the cult. This is unbelievable.
In the kingdom of God, you have to let go of everything. Family, attachments, everything. Like, you can't serve God and but it's not going to work. You have to make a choice. And as you can see, I'm crying because I'm so scared. But I'm going to have faith. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to have courage. I'm going to push through this, and I know it will get better.
Tanisha boarded a one-way flight to Panama and cut ties with all of her family, including her son.
I'm not proud of that situation, but I'm very...
Let me tell you something. I find that to be deplorable. You got a son. You cut ties with him to go be with a man you don't know. She had a whole son, and I'm not proud of the situation. Why would you leave your child? You know, some people just not fit and meant to be parents. Every woman that gives birth is not meant to be a mother. And I say this as a mother and as a woman. Every woman that gives birth, just because you know how to procreate, does not mean that you're meant to be a mother. I would never do that. I cannot imagine leaving my kids to go be with some random strange man at all. You can't make this up. Oh, you're welcome, honey. You could listen. We Lady Luck Club is open for all. I don't do cult like mentality. That's why I show you all what cults look like. Because Candace Owens has no care or concern in the world that she's now a cult leader, as opposed to her challenging her people. She left her son. This girl left her son. She's crying. You should be crying over the idea of you leaving your child. And the reason why she left her son is because Nature Boy did not like other people's kids. He had said that in the very beginning of the cult. So by episode 2 or 3, he had already expressed he did not like other people's kids at all. So there were a couple that came to the cult where he basically told them he would have to leave those kids behind. But yet, as you all can see, Eliana gave birth to a little girl there. People had kids there, but if they weren't his, he didn't care. And you couldn't come there with a kid already. And it's the idea of her leaving her child. She was not the first woman to leave a child. There was another girl that went to the cult that had left her son behind too. He was like 5 or 6. So he was old enough to really know and understand. I don't know how old this kid's her child is in this one, but the other girl, she had like a 5 or 6-year-old and just left him with his daddy and didn't care. And caught so much backlash from that. Like, this is a cult. You're leaving your child for a cult. Not saying that they should be going with him. I'm saying you shouldn't be thinking about leaving your child for anything. But that's how blinded these people were. And all for what? An STD are waiting for them. Not with you. If I had to make a choice for them, if I had to choose between them taking the kids and leaving them, no, leave the kids behind. But the fact that they were willing to do this, and they called that being strong. No, that's just you being negligent. You can't make this up. There is nobody I would put before my kid. This strange man that looks like he's riddled with STDs. I would never put this idiot before my child and leave my child to go to a cult to be around this idiot. That's how selfish these people were. It's so crazy. But I mean, yes, I would rather you leave the kid with another parent or another person than take them to a cult. By all means. But the fact that they thought that that was being a good parent by leaving the child altogether and then starting a whole new life to go and be in a cult, that's proof that there's some deadbeat mothers out here too. Just like there were deadbeat fathers. Here's an example of some deadbeat mothers.
Very mature about the situation. I knew he was going to be in a safe situation, in a safe environment, and I knew that I will come back and I will come and love him the right way when I get myself together.
Less than 4 hours after departing from New Orleans, she landed in Panama. Nature Boy with some other Carbonation members would pick her up from the airport. They headed to a restaurant for lunch, and this is where she would be introduced to the world as Malia. This will be her new name moving forward.
So, how you doing? You want to introduce yourself, Malia? How you feeling?
Good.
How you doing?
Feeling good.
How'd it feel to be home?
It was great.
It was great.
Y'all should come join.
She's the person that he created, so she's Malia, that's what she goes by. But she's always will be Tanisha to me.
Although Nature Boy had given his wives away and gone live a few weeks prior saying he'd been doing polygamy all wrong, that thought mentality didn't last long. Shortly before moving into the new house, he had taken Ra and Aya back from Tron and Solar and made them his wives again. Malia knew she was joining a polygamous relationship with Nature Boy, and she was fine with it. She agreed with his teachings that polygamy was a man's nature, and as far as she was concerned, Nature Boy could have as many wives as he chose. In fact, 3 other women besides Malia had joined just before she arrived. Their names were Bambi, Lola, and Umi. All 3 of them will be gone not long after Malia joined.
Here. Peace reflections. I want y'all to understand that by me coming to the tropics, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be faced with myself. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have challenges and trials and tribulations to overcome and obstacles to overcome. It just puts me in a more natural environment, a more peaceful environment to work on myself in.
Malia fit right into the group when she first arrived, and most of the followers of Carbonation seemed to like her too. But things would change quickly when Malia's cousin confronted her on live about abandoning her son.
If you left him, you didn't want him. You didn't want to deal with him. You left him because you wanted to, right?
No, I didn't leave him because I wanted to leave him. I left him because I didn't want y'all to, I just felt in my heart that y'all would try to make me come back, or y'all would try to do little videos or come on live, be like, oh, come back, and I didn't want to deal with that. That's why I left him. And then another part is his father. I left him because of his father as well. I didn't want to take him away from his father.
Did you leave him with his father? Or who did you leave him with us?
I didn't leave him with his father. I left him with your mom.
Because you keep saying his father. Everything about his father. You left him with us. We taking care of him. We make sure he's good.
Malia started getting dragged by supporters and critics of Carbonation alike. She was called stupid, a deadbeat mom, and everything in between. Similar to what Aya went through when she first joined.
So she left a lot of people. Hold on. Because she left this kid. Now, we all thinking naturally she left the kid with the dad. Why would she not give over her rights You abandon your child, you go to another country. More than likely, they're gonna give. Let's say he wanted a petition for full custody, he would have gotten it. Why would she not naturally just give up her rights and then let the father have primary full legal and full physical custody, and that's it? They would have made her pay child support. But guess what? She's going somewhere where they won't be able to track her. She wouldn't be able to have a job, or I guess she believed she didn't have to work anymore. She's just abandoning the concept of responsibility. And now she's being called out because she's talking about, oh, I just wanted to leave the kid with the dad. No, but you didn't leave him with his father. You left him with us. Are you serious? And where's the dad at? I have so many questions.
That's why I left him. And then another part is his father. I left him because of his father as well. I don't want to take him away from his father.
Did you leave him with his father? Or who did you leave him with?
I didn't leave him with his father. I left him with your mom.
Because you keep saying his father. Everything about his father. You left him with us. We taking care of him. We make sure he's good.
That's disgusting.
Malia started to get dragged by supporters and critics of carbonation alike.
She tried to lie and make it seem like I didn't want to take him away from his father. You didn't leave him with his father, though. You left him with your mother and your sister. You can't make this up. Now, where's the father at? Because I have to ask, in all fairness, where's the father? Why didn't he just go get the kid? She left him with her mother and her sister. It's like she abandoned these people, but yet left her child with them. Wait a minute. You want to sit here and go for a coat and cut us off when you left your child with us? Helpful, do you know we can have your behind reprimanded back to the states to answer to this abandonment you're doing? You can be charged with child abandonment. You can't make this up. They should have reported her. You kidding me? She didn't even leave him with his dad. I cannot believe this, y'all. This is something else. So she lying about this whole thing. She is lying about this entire thing. Oh man. Oh yeah, get a clue. This is beyond sad. This is crazy. Did the father ever get his son? Because she said, I don't want to take him away from his dad. But you didn't leave him with his dad. What are you talking about? Just a dumb lie. That was just a stupid lie she told. She still looks like a deadbeat mother. You can't escape looking like a deadbeat mother. The moment you decided, I'm going to just leave my son behind, pretend like I don't have a mother or a sister, but leave my son with my mother and my sister, and not leave him with his actual father, the other parent. But I'm going to try to paint it like, I just don't want to take the boy from his father. What do you mean? Oh, my God.
She was called stupid, a deadbeat mom, and everything in between. Similar to what Aya went through when she first joined.
Seen a lot of people, especially on social media, call her stupid and ignorant and stuff like that. But that girl is very smart, and I've known her, so I know she's very, very smart. And
being book smart does not mean you have common sense or wisdom. Those are two totally different concepts. Having some ability to read and obtain knowledge from books, being book smart, based on what you're taught, has no bearing on common sense. Totally different concept. I pray and ask God to give me wisdom. And I bless God for the wisdom I do have that I was imparted with by my grandmother, by people who lived the life and they experienced in life, and they could apply, basic common knowledge to their experiences and impart wisdom on me. This girl is an idiot. She literally lied about who she left her child with. I mean, it's already a strike in my book when you sit here and say, I'm going to leave my kid that I gave birth to, my child that's looking up to me as the mother to raise him, to take care of him, that I am charged by God and law to raise and be responsible for, to go join a cult and some spiritual journey where I know I will not have a job and will not be able to pay child support. You couldn't even financially support him if they were to order her to do it. Now she would have had to be charged with negligence and abandonment. They would have had to look for her. Sorry. Nope. Oh, you want to join the cult? Oh, okay. Police will be right behind you. Because we're going to have you reported for abandonment and neglect. Get out of here.
And she may not make the best decisions, but that girl is very smart.
The harsh criticism began to take a toll on her, and she would finally address it head on.
Peace reflection. I want y'all to know something. I didn't want to go back and forth with my family having to take him back to Babylon and bring him back to the tropics. I didn't want nothing to do with that cancer cell. I didn't want anything to do with Babylon, period. Babylon is not a natural place to be living in. We are supposed to be here in nature because we are nature. So we need to come back and connect to the very thing that we are. So stop saying I left my son in Babylon. If that was my son, he'll be here with me. I left that system. I didn't leave him. I left the situation.
Malia had only been in Panama for 4 days. And
she said, this dude's claiming she's very smart. What? No, you left a child. You didn't give birth to a system. You gave birth to a human being. Is she out of her damn mind? You can't make this out. You didn't give birth to no damn system. You gave birth to a baby, to a boy that's looking for you to be their mother. The F she say?
Take him back to Babylon and bring him back to the tropics. I didn't want nothing to do with that cancer cell. I didn't want anything to do with Babylon,
She
period.
calling the child a cancer?
Babylon is not a natural place to be living in. We are supposed to be here in nature.
Oh my
because
God.
we are nature. So we need to come back and connect to the very thing that we are. So stop saying I left my son in Babylon. If that was my son, he'll be here with me.
That was my son. now she's eradicating the idea of him being her son. Oh man, God is gonna get you so good, girl. Oh my goodness, she gonna reap what she sowed for real. You can't make this up. They should have reported her to the authorities for abandonment. Hell, you would have had to pay the price for that. You'd be sitting in jail. So you want to consider? You don't even consider him to be your child anymore. He's a cancer. He's a concept. He's a system. Babylonian system. Oh, okay, yeah. Now you can explain that to the judge, because we're gonna make sure we have charges filed against you. This is so disgusting.
That system. I didn't leave him. I left the situation.
Malia had only been in Panama for 4 days, and already almost everybody following carbonation online was against her. Many people were saying she left her son just to live in the tropics rent-free and without responsibilities.
Oh my God.
As Malia was getting attacked by outsiders, Umi, one of the 3 girls that arrived just before Malia, felt like she was being attacked from within the group. She'd only been with carbonation for a little under 2 weeks, and she'd already had enough.
What you see on live and on video is nothing like what that shit is really like.
Let her finish.
You feel the strangers. And you gotta fend for yourself in this situation where all these people have is that this person's interpretation.
All they did was yell and scream at each other.
You don't even know if it's negative or positive. You don't even know what has been said. How comfortable, how vulnerable, how safe you will feel in a situation like that. That's all I'm saying. It's the Nature Boy show all day long. Like when he goes live, these niggas be surrounding him like it's like a audience or some shit. So if he wants to be up all night on live on a rant, you have to be present. When I got there, this stayed up all night screaming about Nana, screaming and crying about Nana.
Nana's really in a delusion. She's really, she can't even look at me because she has to build her illusion around herself. She has to hide herself in the fake little world she's created.
I have been trying to leave damn near the minute I got there. The minute I got there, I realized, oh no, this is some bullshit.
She is not happy.
This some bullshit because I didn't go there to be watching the Nature Boy show. Like literally everything that these people do, they devote every minute of their time to serving him.
Umi, where you going?
Look like I'm going back to Babylon.
Oh, she said it like I'm going back to Babylon. She said, look, somebody said, welcome back. You already in Babylon.
Back in Babylon.
Not back it. You already in Babylon.
Yeah. Can y'all tell, like, okay, is it me or does it look like she has like black circles around her eyes? Am I just seeing things? It just why is it like there's some sort of dark ring around her eyes? And I'm seriously asking here because I don't know if it's you know, when you look at Nature Boy, I see a demon, and I'm just being honest. He embodies evil, just like Candace is like no soul. You look at her eyes, you see nothing but black. It's like a void. Is it just me, or is it like there's some sort of just these dark rings around her eyes? Like this is, I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. Is it just me? She looks worn. Yeah, she does look worn out. Caleb said she looks worn out. Get a clue, said vitamin deficiency. Yeah, so they didn't go outside at this point. They're in Costa Rica. Black eyes, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know. My eyes are messing with me or something. But it looks like she got dark rings around her eyes. He didn't let them sleep. Oh my God. Oh my God. Something is wrong with him. He would sit here and let them go for days and not sleep. Y'all, this is a cult. This is a cult. Man, thank you for reminding me, Dr. CB. This is a cult. This is what happens with a cult. None of them look healthy. They don't sound healthy. They sound erratic. They sound like they're delusional, even the more, because they are already delusional, but they sound even more delusional. They saying things that makes no sense. They having senseless, dumb arguments. It's so crazy. He already said they only eat 1 meal a day at solar noon. I mean, and no telling if he was actually beating these girls or if he was actually physically being violent towards them. Even Eliana came out and said that he was definitely abusive towards her. He beat another baby mother to death, almost to death. Nature Boy looks like evil. Yes, I see that too. Yeah. If we weren't meant to live in nature, the knowledge of building a structure called a home would never come to us. Exactly. We built structures even out of rock to help protect us from the elements. Sleep is a mind control technique. See? They are lacking the essential vitamins, etc. Yeah. The sleeping on the floor, he was hazing them hella back. Oh man. You can't make this up. This is what happens in these cults. This is what happens. And people wonder why, the lines of reality gets blurred. And next thing you know, you're in a cult and you don't even realize it. I'm so glad she's getting out of it though, but this is insane. I just thought this was I just had to get confirmation because I was like, I know I'm not the only one seeing these girls black rings around her eyes.
How are you leaving on me?
So the first reason why I'm leaving is because, like I said, I can't get with we disagree when it comes to women. We disagree.
Okay, when it comes to women, what we disagree about?
I don't believe that a woman should spend the majority of her time dealing with being in the kitchen and cleaning and all of that.
She don't believe that woman places in the kitchen in the home.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't.
What do you believe?
I believe that everyone should be able to do.
What the place is for the woman? What's the woman purpose?
Like I said, I already explained this. I really don't want to get into it again.
So you came into a group of people, and then now you feel ganged up on.
Do you think that was my intention to come here? Obviously, it was a misunderstanding.
No, I told you why you came in. You came in because you were Aries and you ain't
exactly.
You ain't study all the details.
Yeah, I didn't study the details.
And Aries people be like, what? Okay, I'm gonna do it and I'll figure out the rest later, right? I don't got.
That's a damn lie. I mean, if you want to go based on somebody's date of birth, I'm an Aries. My birthday is March 31st. That's a damn lie. I overly analyze and overly critique things. I'm overly critical. I question everything. I'm just curious by nature. That's why I make a damn good journalist. Because I ask questions. I do research. He's out of his mind. What is he talking about? He's an idiot. This dude is an idiot. And this is how exhausting he was. He makes them exactly drain all day. He's evil for real, for real. Birds and beavers build homes. Exactly. Even animals build shelters. He is making her explain again and again and again because this is all a show for him. She wasn't lying when she said that. This became a sitcom, a very bad sitcom. The Cult Show. It's starring Nature Boy. He's making her go through all of this for social media. She wants to go, and that's what happens with cults. They try to control you. They try to make you feel bad. They try to throw out some excuse as to why. Just let her leave. If it's not a cult, you shouldn't care. But he did. People who are cult leaders, they can't handle rejection. They can't handle people leaving them. They have a problem with being alone. That's why they isolate the cult from everything else, because it's the one thing that they control. They can control, they can keep their hands over. The one thing that they know, they feel secure in, that will never leave them and depart from them. And it's not just, oh, you leaving and it's going to have some huge detrimental effect. No, these girls came and gone. He used them like rag dolls. He rotated these women around with different men and all this other stuff. So it's not like he really gave them a purpose either way. So he made them do all this stuff. They cleaning this all. None of them working. Nobody's got jobs. They're living off donation money like Umar. So they had no real purpose either way. So what's the point of even her being there? That's one less mouth to feed. That's how I would see it. One less mouth to feed. Have a good day. Like, he didn't even see it that way. I'm like, I mean, if you want to sit here and talk about it, Aries, like that's not how people think. Anyone will be asking these same questions. And if she's saying, I don't believe women should just be barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen, then that's all. I mean, if that's her excuse, let it be and let her go. But he couldn't do that because he's a controlling narcissist of a dumb cult leader without a brain and evil.
I just want to do this shit. I just want to
do this shit. And then you ain't understand.
You
ain't understand the details of it.
Yeah, facts.
And then now you see the details of it and you don't agree with it.
I don't think that every woman needs to be spending 99.9% of her time
in the home.
In the kitchen, cleaning.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, where should she be? Where should she be?
I don't want this. I don't.
Just relax, yo.
I'm
asking you a simple question. Now you under pressure. No. I'm asking you, where does she belong in?
I'm drained. I'm drained.
All right, forget it. Fuck it. It's over. Don't worry about it.
It's over.
It's over. Don't worry. I'm not gonna drain you no more. Don't worry about it. We ain't gonna talk no more. What do you think?
Leave alone.
Because you starting to get out of hand.
The next woman to leave will be Lola. She had been with Carbonation for about 3 weeks and will leave about a week after Umi. Her reason for leaving was the same feeling of being ganged up on by other members of the group. But Lola will leave in a totally different way. Her departure could be better described as an escape.
Everybody's against you and you're only one person. Like, that's a tough cookie to swallow. They believe what he says. So if I were to even think something of opposition, like, it's war. Like, it's not even a fair fight for me. I don't know if I could have just left. Honestly, we didn't get to that because I didn't want to know if they were going to let me go or not. I didn't want to know what that felt like. So I just took it upon myself to dismiss myself.
She runs away. Literally runs away while everybody sleep. And the only reason we knew or we saw because Mama Sheba got up and she was just like, Chief, I think I just saw Lola run up the hill. Everybody woke up like, yo, where's she at? Where's she at? And goddamn, she was nowhere to be found. I don't know how she ran that fast. I don't know if she stopped and hid somewhere in the goddamn forest, but she was gone.
Yeah, Lola, she bounced on some scary type, like on some widow shit. Like, she didn't even leave a letter. She just kind of like disappeared. And we was looking for her. She just disappeared. We didn't know where the fuck she was at. And that was scary because I'm like, what if something happens to this girl? And she wound up picking me up like a day after. I'm sorry, that was really weird the way I left. That was fucked up. But some shit like she's going to somewhere else to live in nature. She's not ready. Some shit.
Once my intuition gave me that nudge to, it's time to go, that's when I said, it's time to go. I feel like Harriet Tubman, I swear.
It will be around the time of Lola's escape that Ephru will have a miscarriage. The miscarriage will be the cause of Ephru and Caliber breaking up. Not long after the breakup, Nature Boy would take Ephru back as one of his wives.
People choose and be where they want to be, man. You can't take nobody away from us.
Wow. Did she say she felt like they were gonna hurt her? I had to go back. Hold
That's
on.
when I said it's time to go. I feel like Harriet Tubman, I swear.
She feel like what? Y'all see what the captions coming up with? They would have hurt her. Is that what she said? I feel like they would have hurt her. Because I mean, I can understand it when certain people is listen. Some cults. Let's not forget Jim Jones. He really did have over 500 people killed. So for her to say, I feel like they probably would have hurt her. I don't know what she said in that, and it kind of muffled, and the caption's not giving me the full thing.
It's time to go. That's when I said it's time to go. I feel like Harriet Tubman, I swear.
It will be around the time of Lola's escape
said.
that Ephru would have a miscarriage. The miscarriage would be the cause of Ephru and Caliber breaking up. Not long after the breakup, Nature Boy would take Ephru back as one of his wives.
People choose to be where they want to be, man. You can't take nobody.
Stop it. So you wanted her to lose that baby. She didn't want to be pregnant by that dude. She had a miscarriage, and now she back out on the beach, smiling and having fun again. Like nothing happened. And then you take her back as one of your wives. What about the dude? What about the boy she had was pregnant by? Not one bit of consideration on how he felt about losing a child. And then to see the woman that he had gotten pregnant and was expecting a baby with to go back to the cult leader like it was nothing. This is the psychological and emotional damage that these dumb cults can cause. He didn't even think about that boy, how that boy felt. This is so disgusting.
What's yours is yours.
While Nature Boy had been going through woman issues for the past few months, Solar had been making plans for a 21-year-old woman from Compton named Jayon Marie Hamilton to join the group in Panama. Jayon had been following Carbonation for over a year and had been what's called a fringe member. Nature Boy had already given her the name Zoka. One of the earliest videos of Zoka talking to Nature Boy is when she joined his live for an astrology reading a month before her 21st birthday.
You like to teach your lover things. Like you want to teach your man, like basically you like niggas that are like a little dumb. Yeah, like, right. I have to be able to teach it. Right, you like to teach a nigga. Like you kind of like a pet a little bit. Like not a student-teacher relationship. There it is. That's the kind of relationship you like, a student-teacher relationship.
Up to this point in Nature Boy's journey, the year 2019 had been the most challenging. From having to leave Palenque, to going to jail in Nicaragua, to Velvet finally leaving, that time period was definitely one of the worst. But even though he had gone through a barrage of unfortunate situations, nothing compared to the day in late October when Velvet went live with Olmec.
I wanted to be with Olmec, and I'm currently with him.
Wow. Y'all, to be continued. That is episode 20. Ooh, it's getting into the thick of this. It's getting into the thick of this. Let's get some comments in. Lock Vegan, what's going on? Says she felt like Harriet Tubman. Oh my God, she had to run away. And honestly, I don't blame her because it might have been the only way for her to get out safe without any issues. What's going on? How you doing, Kel? How you doing? When my mom was younger, she left Father Divine, and some dudes from his congregation tried to confront her. Oh my God! Listen. Bernard Expression almost got pulled. He got saved from almost being brought into a cult, and his brother saved him. And you say your mom left Father Divine? That's crazy. Oh my God, man! Listen here. These cults and stuff, the aspect of these cults are real. They're real. And the damage that it causes, the lives that are affected is unthinkable sometimes. I'm so glad Bernard's Expression was spared. And you saying your mom left Father Divine. Oh my God. Yeah, that's something else. That's something else. And this goes back to the 60s, 70s. I'm looking it up. Oh man, that's two we got to look at right quick. We got to look at these coats are something else. This is HK. Hey, hope you're well. Want to go live and have a discussion about the Macron lawsuit sometime soon. Oh, who are you? Can you email me? Because I have to make sure you know y'all are real. You can imagine with all the bots and stuff that I would have to make sure that you are real. I'm just putting it plain and simple. Email me at ladyluckclubllc@yahoo.com. Because I don't know, like the handles have changed. So I hate to ask, but who are you? We only see handles now. Is this John? Are you John? I got my email there. Email me. Boy, I wish it was the attorney. I'm gonna talk to one of the attorneys. Y'all, this is something else. Oh my God. Francisca said even the men are submissive to nature boy, they got his leftovers. Exactly. And then it's like he didn't care how he was just throwing them around with these random women. Some of these people were coming into this cult with STDs. So of course they spreading it to each other. Nobody went to a doctor. Nobody got medication. Nature boy didn't believe in medication. So you can imagine, let's say he had gonorrhea. What did he do to treat it? Unless he got treatment without being on camera about it. Because he's a hypocrite and all. I know, Manny. The odds. Dr. CB said I lived with King Noble with a bunch of hippies and some crazy people. Did treat it like a cult, but Nature Boy really wanted to be like him. Yeah. Yeah, he did. I think that the diet, in the earlier part of the cult, there was a diet he adopted from another was a naturalist, something like that. And yeah. It's like and they do I think the guy called him out, didn't he? No, the late 50s. Okay. Father Divine was born 1876 to 1965, was an American spiritual leader. Y'all, we got to look at this. In the 50s. Goodness gracious. Okay, let me share this. Hold on. So this is from the encyclopedia. So Reverend Divine, Father Divine was born 1876, passed September 10, 1965, known as Reverend M.J. Divine. Was an American spiritual leader from about 1907 to his death in 65. That is a long time. He was like what, 90 something years old? Wow. This is rare for you to see like a cult leader like this in the 50s as a black man. And he was in New York. Wow. So your mom was able to get out of this. Good for her. Y'all, I'm just looking at this information on this because this stuff is serious. These groups existed here. This is prominent African American religious leader of the 30s, the Depression era movement he founded, the Peace Mission, was originally dismissed as a cult, but it still exists and is now generally held as an important precursor of the civil rights movement. He was influenced by Christian Science, so like Scientology and New Thought. Was this sort of like similar to Scientology or what? That's something else. I know, right? Wow. You kidding? Hey, you learn something new every day. Oh man. Dr. CB said he was sleeping with the men too, and he had them drink his sperm. Oh, that's so gross. His diet was trash. I exposed it. Oh, good. Good. Oh, that's so gross. Yeah. Email me if you can. To HK. I don't know. It might be Albert. I don't know who. I gotta know who you are. I just need to know who you are. Yeah, this is something else. So here's another cult that someone was able to escape out of. This is crazy. So he went from Sayville for Harlem to Harlem, where he became one of the most flamboyant leaders of the Depression era. He opened the first of his heavens. Heavens. He called the residential hotels heavens, where his teachings were practiced and where his followers could obtain food, shelter, and job opportunities, as well as spiritual and physical healing. Huh. Father Divine's teachings were codified in 1936 in the Righteous Government Platform, which called for an end to segregation, lynching, and capital punishment. Movement members refrained from using tobacco, alcohol, narcotics, and vulgar language, and they were celibate. They are celibate. Moreover, members attempt to embody virtue, honesty, and truth. When they say celibate, a lot of times that comes down to, well, you can't have sex with anyone else, just with the leader. This is something else. This is during the Depression era. History and the history right here. Listen, I love it when you guys share you all's, experiences. I absolutely love these because it gives some context to this stuff. Bernard said, remember Rev Ike? Reverend Ike. What code? Tell me which code that was with Reverend Ike. My mom and her friends left because they wanted to have a family. Yeah, I see that they had to be celibate. What, did he have any kids? This Father Divine God, did he have any children? Was he celibate? I'm just curious because a lot of times when I see that, it's like they're telling the members to be celibate, but yet, how do you recruit? I mean, you want people to come into it, but not. Usually, some of these cults want to be self-sustaining, so they have kids, and then they want the kids to grow up in it. Makes it harder for them to kind of break away from it. Like Jim Jones, the Jones people's Jonestown, the people's was it People's Town? Yeah, they had a bunch of kids. Was this like a Heaven's Gate type of cult? So he believed in reincarnation. Father Divine declared her to be a reincarnation of the first Mother Divine, and the two attested to having a chaste marriage. So did he have kids? He got married, but they were celibate. Really? Really? Man, what? That'd be hard to believe. Let's see. There was an article on them a year ago, and one of my mom's friends was interviewed for the article. Can you email it to me? Email it to me, please. You see my email? Please email it to me. I would gladly do a video on this. This is something else. Your mom's friends was interviewed for the arc. That is something else. Remind me who Reverend Ike is, Bernard. While we do that, let me pull up the quote that Bernard Expression was thankfully saved and spared from by his brother here. This one is called the Church of Bible Understanding, COBU, founded in 1971 by Stuart Trail, a controversial evangelical Christian organization known for its communal lifestyle and unique interpretations of the Bible. And then they give the history and founding. Started in 71. The name was changed to COBU in 76. Growth and controversy. At its peak, they had 10,000 members and operated 110 communes. Of course, they face criticism, allegations of being a cult, particularly regarding its authoritarian leadership and treatment of members. Because, I mean, if you're just being a leader and you're guiding people, you don't have a reason to control or dominate them. They should be able to come and go and stuff like that. And if you doing something right, they'll come back. This is so crazy. This is two cults we're learning about right now. Well, that I'm learning about. Man, this is something else. Communal living, isolation from families, Jesus. Humanitarian efforts aiding Haiti, involved in humanitarian efforts in Haiti, where provided aid and established orphanages since 1977. Of course, the criticisms, accusations of cult-like behavior, financial exploitation, allegations of financial abuse have been prevalent, with reports that members were required to turn over their earnings to the church, leading to concerns about transparency and accountability. That's kind of like a stapleton in cults, is where you giving up all your personal possessions and it becomes a part of the collective. Cultural impact. COBU's carpet cleaning business, Christian Brothers Carpet Cleaning, became well known in New York City and was even parodied in the television show Seinfeld. Wow. Current status. While the number of active members has significantly decreased over the years, COBU continues to operate and maintain a presence in various cities. Do they still have the communes? Yeah, this is something else. See? Cults are real. Very real. Email me that article, please. Okay, thank you, Manny. Reverend Ike, real name Frederick J. I can, oh God, I can't even pronounce that. Fake plane accident. He walked away unhurt. What? Okay, we gotta look him up. Y'all, this is something else. This is Reverend Ike. Okay, so he was a televangelist type of person here, like Apollo White and Benny Hinn. The legacy of Reverend Ike is complex, multifaceted, controversial figure. His approach to preaching, his use of technology to reach a broader audience, helped to reshape the religious landscape in America. I see here. How do you say this last name? Iken Iki Rencoder? Iki Ricotter? What is his nationality? His parents from the Netherlands Antilles and was of African and Dutch Indonesian descent. Okay. Okay. That explains the last name. That's very unique. And go to Britannica. So he was predominantly in South Carolina. Oh, he died in 2009. Born in 1935. Yep, prosperity gospel. Concepts of self-motivated wealth and material satisfaction. Extorted congregations to visualize their future riches was electrifying. Kind of like, T.D. Jakes, Eddie Long, Creflo Dollar, you name them. David E. Taylor, same thing. David E. Taylor is just like this. One of those prosperity type preachers where he called himself an apostle. And now he's indicted and preferably he'll never get out of jail. Be there for the rest of his life. He founded his own church. That's something of faith healing, like a Benny Hinn. Wow. He founded the United Church Science of Living Institute. United Church Science of Living Institute, and another old movie theater, which he purchased in '69 for more than $500,000 and decorated luxuriously. And not helping the community with that, though. Because these televangelists and prosperity preachers never help their own community. You can't make this up. Yeah, he called himself being a civil rights activist, but spending over $500,000 decorating a building. His businesses were investigated by the USPS and the IRS. There you go. In 2009, he handed his ministry over to his son Xavier. Oh God, so it's still going. You can't make this. Oh no. Shout out to you, Manny. Thank you, honey. Went on ahead and looked it up. You can't make this stuff up. Fake plane accident, and he walked away unhurt. What the heck? Why don't I not see that? What happened to the? So it never happened. I'm just gonna assume that the plane accident was not real, or was it a setup or something, or what? Yeah, some of these fake healers and stuff, they will go out their way to have people like Jim Jones would do that. He would have people, you know, put on a fake brace. They will be, employees of the churches or the part of the cult, and he would have them, put out like a fake brace, a fake neck brace, or arm brace, or put them in a wheelchair, and then put out like weird stuff on the floor, and then time it to where they get up and claim they were healed or something like that, just to lure other people in. But it would be people of the cult. That's the extent some of these people go through. We're not know it tonight. All right, y'all, man. One cult falls and more rise. It is like an epidemic. Exactly. You can't make this stuff up. These people go out their way for money. They do all this for money. Like getting a job is so hard for them to understand. No reliable sources say Reverend Ike was involved in a plane accident. Oh, okay. Yeah, so he faked it all and lied about it. Can't make this up, man. I have to go back, watch Nature Boy 1 through 19. Please do. Please do, because it's something else. Your mind will be blown. You'll be like, I can't believe this. This dude did all of this. And now he's in prison for the rest of his life, thank God. But this is what we all have to, this is what I want people to learn and pay attention to. The signs of this cult of personality, this cult-like mentality. Very dangerous stuff. When you take away people's free will or you infringe upon someone else's free will, now you're trying to exert your authority over them. And especially when you have no regard for the rule of law or for anyone else's rights or decisions that they want to make, just like with these cults, not wanting people to leave. Like, let them leave. Let them leave. Okay, cool. Awesome. Since we go on to 2 hours 33 minutes, y'all, we'll definitely get to some more. This information you all send me, I do read it. So we'll get to it and we'll check up on that and do a video on that. Next time we do Nature Boy, we'll pull that up, just like we did with these other cults. These are 3 cult leaders. I just like looking up information like this so that you can see there's a pattern and trend, and it's a horrible it's like an epidemic. People wanting to be in control. People are having this greed for money and power, and they don't care who they have to subjugate to get it. Just like that's why Candace's reign is going to that fall is going to be hard for her, and we're here for it. We're here for it. So we'll get to it in the next watch party for. Thank you, Kel. We'll get to it in the next watch party for Nature Boy, for real, because this is stuff people need to know. I was in the restroom and he was at the stale and he asked me, "Do I know him? Do I know who she is?" Yes, I was that close to him. Wow. That's something else, man. Thank you all for sharing your stories with me. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that information with me, Bernard. And Kel, thank you for just, and if y'all know anyone else and they want to speak on it, by all means, because that's what this is all about. People need to watch out for this stuff. Even though people think Candace is being harmless, she's not. Now is she out here, trying to force a religion down? No, but her ideas and her concepts that are unsubstantiated, it's just as dangerous as somebody weaponizing some sector of religion. And she's persuading more people than these guys did. They got, a million or two here. She's got 5.5. And that's just on YouTube. You can't make this stuff up. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you all. We're gonna try to go live tomorrow. God. And I don't like to schedule it only because I don't know how work is gonna go. So I do have a regular job during the day and it gets hectic and sometimes it gets behind. And if I want to schedule a live for 7 or 8, unless I'm interviewing with someone, it is so hard for me to, depending on what's going on with work, for me to stick to it. And I don't want to be late and have you guys waiting. So when I go live tomorrow, hopefully we can cover, I do want to cover an episode Candace did about the Macrones. Because I started picking up what she was talking about, um, Charlie Kirk's death and everything. But as far as like going over a video she did and then having some information to debunk it, I would like to be able to do that tomorrow. But we'll see how it goes with work and everything. So you guys enjoy your evening. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you all in support. Hit the like button on the way out. And I will see you all in the next one.